Yo, 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 Geektastic. Yo, 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 Geektastic.
Geektastic. Geektastic. Geektastic. Geektastic.
Get the logo dance on.
Oh, man.
Welcome back, brother. Welcome back.
Feels like ages. I was just telling you guys before we went live. It's like I missed 2 shows and I feel like I've been gone for like 10. I get this like nervous feeling a little bit, you know, anxious. I'm ready to go, you know.
Oh, yo, definitely, dude.
I haven't listened to the last episode yet, but how much of Black Panther did you guys touch on?
The whole movie. We did,
all of it.
We did a 2-hour podcast. We were supposed to do 90, man. And we did a full 2 hours.
Extravaganza.
Oh man, I'm sad I missed that though.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
It was.
I can't wait to listen to it though. I think. Did you have Hilton on?
Yes. Dude,
that's awesome. I'm sure he has some crazy insights.
We're going live on the Facebook. There we go. We're live on Facebook, kids. Hello, everybody. So if you guys are tuned into this show for the first time, welcome. That's something I realized the other day when I was listening to another podcast that this guy was just like, welcome to my first time listeners. I was like, that's true. Like because based on our stats, we are getting new listeners every week for the episodes because from like the first few episodes, I've noticed like, you know, like 5, 10, 15, you know, there's little jumps, little increments. So if you guys are tuning into this for the first time, if you saw our promo, that little creepy video I made of the phone talking,
thanks,
and you got and that sent you over to this live broadcast, well, welcome, and I'm glad that you were able to join us here on this Geektastic Cypher February 28th edition, the last episode of Black History Month, which
on the last day of the month.
I know. I know. Last week, JawzD was saying, you know, we could do a Black Panther episode next week because it is Black History Month still, and I was just like, yo, we should. But I mean, we didn't want to burn people out on that because as much as I saw the movie 3 times, but I can understand if people are just like,
damn, you've seen it 3 times already.
Yeah, gotta support it.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to a second showing, that's for sure. But man, 3? You have more planned or what?
No, not likely. The reason I went, so the first time I went with my girl, and then the second time I went, I was just like, you know what? I feel like seeing it by myself, just in the afternoon, no one in the theater. So I found a screening that I thought was going to be empty, and then it turned out to be full because by the time I guess I got there, it was a Sunday afternoon at noon.
Yeah, that's after church.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. That's a good point.
That's after church.
Black folks at church, and then they're just like, let's go see Black Panther. Go see Black Jesus.
On your second viewing, did you notice anything different? Like, did you paid attention because you were by yourself probably, right?
Yeah. Did
you notice anything else, or was it just the same thing?
No. I definitely noticed other things. I definitely got a different sense of kind of the characters' motivations. I think I enjoyed some of the jokes even more, knowing they were coming and hearing the delivery and the setup. Because when you see it the first time, the line just hits you. When you see it the second time and you know the line's coming, the whole setup around it, you know, like the whole setup behind the line of "Don't scare me like that, colonizer," where, you know, she makes a joke about another white boy to fix. She's in her office space by herself. That whole setup for it was different because the first time you see him get up and he walks over and she says the line and you start laughing, but you're just like, oh, that's just a crazy moment. But when you watch it the second time, there's like a whole bunch of stuff around that space and her feeling comfortable in that space by herself and the fact that he just shows up in her space, like stuff like that is just like, oh, damn, there's like some meanings behind. Yo, Coogler didn't play. Every single decision Coogler made.
Everything made sense. Were you guys down with Killmonger? Did you guys actually like...
Oh, the debate about the T-shirts that are coming out saying Killmonger was right?
It's funny.
That or like your opinion on Killmonger, pretty much. I just want to know your general opinion on it.
I think,
like, was he a great villain? The best villain you think, Marvel-wise?
I think, and a lot of people have been saying. Yeah, sorry, Jaws. I've been talking. Go ahead, man.
Well, I think he's definitely the best villain that there is, and I'm very surprised. There's a lot of people saying that he's right and making T-shirts and stuff because I mean, like I remember a friend of mine. He's kind of like, oh, you know, we shouldn't. Us pointing out our differences isn't really good and this and that, but he's like, then in an instant he's like, Killmonger's right, and I'm like, but what you just said doesn't
mesh with.
Yeah, I'm completely
The
confused.
thing is, Killmonger was right. But no matter how right you are, the way you approach your righteousness is the issue.
Well, hey,
I've been
not too long ago there was a lot of shirts that said was it Cyclops was right?
Yes, I was just gonna say
there was a lot of those.
I mean,
Wolverine was right.
Yeah, Magneto was right. I've seen some Magneto was right shirts. So that's the thing. I said the same thing. Killmonger's motivation was in the right place. His execution was wrong. And I've said that. I've said that a few times.
His execution was terrible.
Yeah,
and also
it was just like he made a quick turn to like crazy evil out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, the way I kind of see it is that he's a guy that's willing to do that.
Yeah.
But he's not looking at ruling that. He's just looking at implementing his executing what he's going to do. Like the French Revolution.
I know.
They're like the French Revolution. They're like, oh, let's like burn all the people in power, and it's gonna be awesome. Well, who's ruling everything after that?
I don't know. Killmonger says two things, says and does something that specifically made me feel like no, he wanted to rule it. When he burns all the plants,
because there's no more kings after him.
Yeah, he didn't want any kings after him, and when he.
That's so dumb.
I know.
No, but
because she was like, someone else made the argument for like, don't you want your line? Like, even if you take over,
if you have kids,
exactly.
But the way I kind of saw that was because immediately after that
they start talking. He
had to die. Because immediately after that, I think Ross starts saying like, no, well, this guy comes in and he destabilizes a country.
Yes.
So I think that's part of it too.
He explains what happens when there's a takeover, pretty much.
Yeah, basically.
Like, these are the things that normally happen. You try to destabilize the economy in some way, or anyway, I forget exactly what he says.
And the power and everything else like that. Because suppose if he doesn't, like, you scorch the earth when you go through, right? You plow salt into the earth. So what happens if he fails and somebody like obviously doesn't want him to do this and they steal a fruit? You know, I think that's how he was looking at it. Like, burn all of this right now to make sure no one else can come back and get the fruit and then come beat me. That's the way I was kind of thinking about it.
So how that still doesn't make sense. How about this? You save 5 for yourself and put them somewhere where you don't have access to them.
I agree with you.
And then, there's just no, I don't know, no excuse.
Yeah, for me, him doing that showed that he didn't have forward thinking. I don't think he had forward thinking.
I feel like he knew his guard was gonna like betray him. Like he didn't have like I think he kind of felt,
no, but in that case, do what Tobi said. Set it up so that you have some for yourself, but don't burn everything. That makes no sense. You take it one last time and then you burn everything.
But then why do you need 5 if like the only thing that could weaken you is the fruit that
I actually don't know how that works. They don't explain it.
They willingly. Sorry.
Now, I was going to say, before you could go on that path, you also said as he knew his guard was going to turn on him. They actually were loyal to him until he went all psycho.
Yeah, exactly.
She was actually going to, the Dora Milaje followed the king.
I'm loyal to the throne. I'm loyal to the throne.
But I don't know. My brain is like, it's not just linear thinking. You're thinking like, you want to think like Bobby Fischer, or if this happens, this happens.
Yeah, but that's still,
you want 20.
But even if you're thinking 20 steps ahead, you're doing the movie next, Nicolas Cage, and you can see every possible outcome as it happens, and you know how to progress with every single one. There is one line that leads to you saving enough of it so that you can have it for the future if for whatever reason you're ever depowered, or if you want to continue your line, or if you realize that you yourself can't continue and there's someone else. So you do it like that.
Which shows that Killmonger literally only planned how he would get the throne. He never actually planned what he would do with the power afterwards.
Yeah, like that's what I kind of thought, was that he was. I don't feel like he was thinking about ruling afterwards. He's just like scorch the earth and destroy everything.
I want my rightful place in this kingdom that I was denied, and you killed my father for. But then once he got it, he just he lost control. He just lost control.
Again, like I said before, French Revolution style.
How many times did you see it, Wendell?
I only saw it once. I'm planning. I'm just been way too busy to try to see it again, but I'm gonna definitely try to see it again. I want to.
So
go on.
Do you think it was overhyped for what it was? Because it was it was an amazing movie.
Yeah.
Probably the best movie I've seen in a while. I mean, Logan is right up there with this, by the way.
Yeah.
I felt it surprisingly exceeded my expectations, because I was going in and was like, okay, it's going to be a Marvel movie, and what I got was a black movie with some sprinkling of Marvel.
Yeah.
Dude, and I'm so glad you said that. Also, remember how he made his first appearance in Civil War, right?
Yeah.
Everyone was like, whoa, this guy is so cool, the way he fights, blah, blah, blah. I feel like if I got 80% or 70% of that in the movie, it would have been the worst movie.
Yeah.
I actually like the fact that they just sprinkled Black Panther in there. It wasn't about him.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that about this movie. Perfect.
Like the way I would have described it is very much like almost like a wrestling kind of thing where they bring out the new guy and the new guy's just tearing ass everywhere, and then when he finally gets his own little push to do his own thing, like everyone's on board, like, oh, we saw what you did before and we're behind you, we're definitely into you, so yeah, keep doing what you're doing. So I think that's how they kind of played it. Like they definitely set him up in a way where it's like he's the new big guy, and then when he gets his own movie, everyone's kind of on board with him, so he didn't have to do a ridiculous origin story or anything like that. He's like, boom, we're in Wakanda. You never seen it. Good.
Yeah.
This is what it looks like.
One of the ideas when they were
the supporting cast were not supporting. They were all, I think, on the same
ensemble.
level.
Yeah. Ensemble cast, not supporting cast.
Exactly.
Yeah. One of the things. So the other thing I wanted to say, because I didn't say it before, the other thing that makes me think that he knew full well what his plan was when he said the sun will never set on the Wakandan Empire. He wanted to run that empire.
Oh, okay.
He didn't say that line with the idea of like, oh, I'm hoping that, we overthrow the world and then I'm just going to sit back and hope for the best.
Or maybe it's a line that's kind of similar to like...
no, but I mean, that line specifically denotes conquerors, Xerxes in Greece, Julius Caesar, what's his name? The British one. The British Empire itself. Yeah. The line was made most popular during the British Empire run. So that line itself is meant to denote, to create a sense of colonizers.
Well, because like I also kind of thought of it as like whenever someone says, I guess, God bless America at the end of like a very important speech that sounds a little bit messed up, and it's just like, come at me if you come at me, then you're not a part of America. You're not you know what I mean, that kind of too. Like, but challenge. Come on, like, hey, may the sun never set on Wakanda. Come challenge me. You're gonna disagree with that? Oh, didn't get out.
Yeah, no.
Okay, never mind.
I see what you're saying, but that line is specific to colonizers.
Yeah, okay.
Like there's a specific that line is related to like Xerxes taking over and going into Greece. Like if you saw the 300, that's that mentality, and Alexander the Great and Julius Caesar, the British Empire, the Spanish Empire, like all those empires have used that idea of they never want the sun to set on. They want the sun to always be touching. They want to rule the world. Is what it's supposed to mean. So when he said that, there was a very very specific sense you were supposed to get from him using that line. It was supposed to mean something. Like we said, Coogler doesn't do anything without thinking about it.
No, not at all.
So I feel like that, like, he co-wrote the script. There's no, you don't go in with that line without thinking you're gonna, create a sense
speaking of Coogler too, there's something, I don't know if you guys can clear it up. The whole Creed 2 situation.
He's not directing.
Really?
Yeah. Right.
What?
So here's the thing: he was signed on to direct it after the first one was released. And then he got the Black Panther role. Yeah. The directing role for directing. What's it called? Job.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yes. He got tapped to the director. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And then for some reason, the release date for I think Creed 2 was supposed to be this year.
What?
But because it conflicted with Black Panther, they're like, we're not going to use you. But then didn't they have to wait for Michael B. Jordan also?
Oh yeah.
Maybe
That's
it's
a good point.
So it doesn't make sense. I'm like, so if you have to wait for the main actor, why couldn't you wait for the director?
I know directors usually have to do prep beforehand, so maybe that's
why.
How
much prep? How much prep?
Well, like, I know Coogler, if you watch some of his videos, he talks about all the stuff he had to do before Black Panther started filming. And that was like a good 6 months to something almost a year before, where he like went to Africa, tried to figure out like what they were going to try and do, where they like what kind of imagery they wanted to create, and like
I was going to say also there could be a clause in his contract with the mouse that says you can't be doing anything else at this moment or something weird like that,
Isn't Creed his baby though?
I thought it was.
It's from interviews that I've listened, because I've listened to a lot of podcasts with him coming into last week when we were doing the episode. Yes, he wrote Creed, and it's even the story between him and his father as told through those characters.
So then he can
he's still executive producing the second one, but he's not going to be directing it.
Yeah, he's not directing it though.
Oh well, he could executive produce it like Spielberg executive
backseat driver.
Yeah,
executive produces other movies.
Yeah.
What do you think of this scene? No.
Yeah, I mean that. I feel like that's a thing when especially when it's your baby. It's true. It really is his. Like when I heard him talk about the fact that he was so close to the story. It's a story about him and his father, like kind of chopped up in there. And I was just like, man, this guy.
Best stories are your personal stories.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, write what you know.
And those are the stories that sell, man.
Yeah.
The ones with heart. First Creed was amazing.
Yeah.
I cried.
I know Sylvester Stallone was supposed to direct the second one, and he's now stepped back. He's not directing it, so I'm not sure. I don't know if you guys know.
Please no.
He did the first Rocky, right? Wasn't that bad? I don't remember it.
He wrote it.
I don't think he did the first Rocky.
Didn't he do Rambo?
Rambo, is that the one he did?
He did Rambo.
Yeah, okay. Rambo is what he did.
I couldn't remember.
I think he wrote
just Rambo 4.
I think he wrote Rocky because Rocky was supposed to be.
Yeah, he wrote Rocky,
but he didn't direct it.
No.
Okay.
Because he definitely did Rambo.
He did Rambo,
like the last one that was really good.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I don't know about the first one, the First Strikes, but he definitely did like Rambo.
Yeah, true. Because it's First Blood, then it's First Blood to Rambo. Yeah. Because I remember that Community episode where they're just like, "Did you know that First Blood 2 is actually Rambo 1?" I was like, "What?"
Because I know
those 80s sequels.
Because I know Rocky is actually about this fighter that did fight against Muhammad Ali. And
it's not about Rock Marciano?
No, not at all.
Oh, it's not?
No,
okay.
there was a movie that came out just recently that was about that, and they have a character in it that is Sylvester Stallone, and he wanted to use that guy's story, but the guy ended up saying no, so he just switched around the characters and stuff. So that's why when Stallone goes up in the Oscars and he's with Muhammad Ali kind of says something to him that's like, yo, you took my story or something like that. There's like a little jab at him.
I love those movies. Those moments in Hollywood, they're always so funny when you look back on it in like those 70s and 80s moments, and they're all awkward and someone stole something from somebody, but the internet wasn't around.
It was just like basically this bum dude goes up to fight against the champ, puts the champ like surprises him a bit, and he's like, and the champ takes it seriously and just wrecks him after that.
Damn. Oh, one thing. Oh, sorry. Go, Tobes.
No, I was gonna say, speaking of like events with actors, the Oscars coming up.
Yeah.
And this whole Ryan Seacrest thing, isn't he the one that usually runs the red carpet?
What's he doing? What's wrong with him?
So Ryan Seacrest was accused of sexual misconduct by his old. Why are you laughing, dude? That sounds so bad.
I was gonna say him too, man.
Yeah, but if anybody,
yeah. But you know what? It's the second time. I have to find the other one, but it's not the first time that he's been accused. It's just the first time that it became a major public thing, especially because the E-entertainment stuff is coming up. So the person, I mean, I'm not the person.
The person says she says she worked with him for I think close to 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Apparently, I think he made inappropriate jokes and like rubbed his genitals on her at one point.
Yeah.
But what's up with not moving away?
Touched her butt and her pussy at another point. Like I'm like, come on, why would you work? I don't know. Was the money that much? Was the money that? Well, we can swear.
I know. It's just so like vibrant with it.
I will take.
Why y'all get quiet?
No, but what happened was she did quit in the end because either she quit or she got fired, but she tried to report it and no one wanted to do anything about it.
Because it was Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about that.
Because he's running the Dick Clark dynasty, the whole
over.
all that stuff, you know?
That's like going
Dick
up
Clark
against Bob
Productions.
Barker and being like, we're going to take down Prices Right. And he's like, oh, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's unfortunate that these women and men in the industry who are facing situations like this have to, like, unfortunately get up to these walls where it's just like, well, this person makes us this much money, so we're just going to ignore you. Because the Cosby situation.
Open to the gates, boy.
Yeah, but I mean, Cosby was the first one who was doing it at a level that is well beyond anything. He's psychotic. There's something wrong with him in the head.
I remember as a kid.
He's also the one that, like, everything happened back in the 80s and early 90s.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is...
Who, Cosby? Which one?
Cosby.
Cosby was like 70s.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I remember as a kid, they were showing, here's the documentary about the Playboy Mansion, and I'm like, and then they show all these specials. Oh, late night at the Playboy Mansion, and blah blah. And Cosby's at every single thing.
Yeah, but
every last one.
One of the things with Cosby is NBC was aware. Like you don't do this to 50 women.
Yeah,
and no one knows. They had to help you cover up. No, they helped him cover up. Some of the women have said that
he was must-see TV.
You think it was a coincidence that this all came out after he tried to buy the network?
Oh, I don't know.
Apparently, that was way before. I've heard someone broke it down.
Before this.
That was way before.
But it doesn't. Way before that, we knew about it, but doesn't mean that it was still not going on in the background, right?
Yeah,
maybe it was going. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway,
yeah.
Those are just speculations, I guess.
Yeah, but you had a point you were trying to finish.
Guys suck. Women.
No, everyone speaks equally.
We need more women in positions of power, I guess.
Well, I mean that.
So they can do the exact same thing. Abuse it.
I mean, not necessarily.
I want to be someone sexually. I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
What's going on, Charles?
One of the things
I'm just joking.
He's on his 1 year anniversry. He's getting that good loving, so he's all about these naughty jokes now.
What's that D stand for, Josh?
Oh wow, you went there. All right.
No, but they've done studies and they said like industries where women make up 50% have significantly less sexual harassment and
everyone's minding their P's and Q's.
And they're successful companies.
Exactly, very successful companies.
Everyone's minding their P's and Q's.
Yeah. So I mean, it's unfortunate that a lot of these situations are predicated by men who just get corrupt by power, and because I mean, at the end of the day, we all four of us can be in positions in power, and I think we would know better than to. And I know
we can all say no.
Some people get upset when we say this, and I agree it shouldn't be based on the fact that we have moms and sisters. But at the end of the day, I have a mom and a sister. I respect women enough to know not to act a fool.
I can respect people enough, and I know to say
exactly.
No, thank you. No, stop that.
Yeah.
Do you mind?
I mean, and the other thing is we have to be one part of it is you got to be willing to call people out.
Oh, right, the look. You got to give them the look.
But that's the other thing. You got to be willing to call people out because when people are acting the fool, you got to be able to say something so that they don't just continue to act that way.
And these are things as guys that we grow up with in school and stuff like that just become normal, and some people just don't let that go soon enough.
Yeah.
Right. That's the main problem. Is some people just grow up the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't evolve.
They don't let those habits go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So just a quick note, last week we were talking about on the show the Marvel Phase 3, so I just wanted to go over and tell people what the Phase 3 movies were.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because
so many.
Lost.
Yeah.
Isn't that like 10 years long?
Yeah, so the Marvel Phase 3 starts with 2016, Captain America Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, then we have Avengers Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then we have Captain Marvel and Avengers 4, which should end it off in 2019.
Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out after Infinity War?
Yeah, July.
Yeah, July.
Oh, wow. For some reason I thought, wow.
But if I'm not mistaken, it takes place in the aftermath of Civil War.
Yeah, none of the movies coming out take place.
I know.
It's great. It's so genius.
I mean, I'm okay with it. It's just that non-linear thing that, like, the fact that Guardians of the Galaxy 2 takes place 3 months after the first one, which is before Civil War.
But I like that.
But doesn't it confuse you when you watch it, though?
Well, hold on. It confuses me when I watch it because I don't expect movies to have the same language as comic books. And they constantly do that in comic books where you're reading and you're like, I don't understand what's going on here. And it says, please see issue 25 times back before.
That so much.
Yeah, that's fair.
Please see Guardians Volume 2.
Yes, that's fair.
I was doing another podcast and somebody else was like, yeah, I don't like how Marvel does all of this where you have to kind of
piece it together.
It either pieces it together or it really rams in other Marvel stuff, and it's like, but it's like a comic book movie.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. Like, it's easy to realize where you are.
They're giving you the movies. Just like do some work, bro.
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm not. It's not like I'm gonna go out and start complaining and picketing.
No.
Disney,
it's just that's his.
It's just the first time I watch it, and
not you. I mean, like other.
Oh,
people.
just in general. Yeah, people who complain are like,
watch a movie, man. You can't realize. Okay, so this happened before this. There you go. The minute you watch the movie, you'll see like, oh, so the world's not in ruins.
There we go. So that was the small thing we just wanted to address from last week. And then this week, ladies and gentlemen, the DTD, Battle of the Best Friends. Tobi, I'll let you explain.
DTD. Do you have a DTD intro song yet?
No, we don't have one yet.
DTD. There you go.
I mean, you make beats, so you make us the intro for it.
Let's just find some royalty-free ones for that one.
Yeah.
So today's DTD is Battle of the Best Friends, and this one's kind of in dedication to Jessica Jones, since the show's coming out in about a week. I think March 8th is season 2.
Yep. Yeah.
It's coming out, and it's her relationship with her best friend
Yeah.
Patricia Walker, aka Hellcat. So that's the first best friend duo, Jessica Jones and Hellcat, versus Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, who's, as you pointed out, Doc, is not just her best friend.
Yeah, they got
some benefits in there too.
Yeah, friends with
They're best friends.
And versus Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, no benefits but best buds.
Well, I mean, one benefit for
Actually, I was gonna say, yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, Booster Gold's benefit is that Blue Beetle is rich as and he gets this. There's one version of the story where when Blue Beetle dies, he gives all the money to Booster Gold.
Oh my god!
The entire this guy is a thief who stole technology from the future,
stole everything,
steals everything, comes back to the past to be a superhero because he has something that tells him all the stories, and on top of that, he gets all the money from Cord Industries.
Who's the
Ted
dude?
Cord, right?
Who's the dude from Diplomats that just spends?
Freaky Zeke.
Yeah, there we go.
The guy who does nothing. You don't know if he raps or anything.
All he does is all he does is just spend all of Cameron's money.
Yeah, Freaky Zeke. Dipset. That's all he does.
He doesn't rap.
Dipset literally is just 3 rappers and Freaky Zeke. It boggles my mind too. It's like the dude in the Jason masks from from Neptune, Saint Lunatics.
Yeah.
Saint Lunatics, yeah.
Except at least he's known as like the hype man.
Yeah.
Freaky Zeke comes off as like, oh, he might rap, he might produce, you don't know.
We don't know.
You don't know.
So Booster Gold.
Well, that's Booster Gold.
He sees some shit. He sees some ish, and he's got pictures.
Oh man, Freaky Zeke.
So I want to take first stab at this: Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy versus Jessica Jones and Hellcat versus Blue Beetle and Booster Gold.
Well, it's kind of
yeah.
I'm draining Blue Beetle and Booster Gold.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yo, dude, Blue Beetle's the shizzle.
Thank you.
With the gun Blue Beetle, not without the Scarab Blue Beetle.
So Ted Cord.
Scarab Blue Beetle.
Exactly. Ted Cord didn't have no Scarab.
He still had it. He just didn't use it.
Exactly. Get all right.
I still get the money.
I'm going Rain as Blue Beetle, by the way.
No, but those two were never best friends. Blue Beetle, Ted Cord, and Booster Gold were best friends. Booster Gold is never friend. He trains Reyes, but he's not his best friend.
Foiled.
So we have to. Okay, all right, go ahead.
Changes everything.
That changes everything.
Yeah, because
I know they were best buds, but I thought I could, just replace one Blue Beetle with the other.
No, you said best friends.
No.
How are you gonna pick someone? He's not his best friend.
It's the same character.
Right, so I'm gonna take Mincy. You Jessica Jones.
I'm gonna take this Jessica Jones and
Hellcat.
this Hellcat from another universe.
All right, yeah, go ahead. Sorry, that's funny.
I don't know if that throws off your answer, but for me,
it doesn't at all.
So I'm draining Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. I remember we had this conversation. Blue Beetle is still one of the best detectives in the DC universe. He's second to Batman. People have said to him and to others, you are on par with Batman as a detective. It's just that no one pays attention to you because you hang out with Booster Gold.
And you have a gun.
Essentially, the joke is that your best friend is the reason no one cares about you.
And get out of here, question.
Isn't that the same with that plastic? What's his name?
Yeah.
Elastic Man?
Elongated Man.
There's
a lot of guys.
Situation?
Yeah, he's a great detective, and no one pays it. Well,
because he's trash.
People pay attention to him, but it's just because he's Elongated Man, so they're just like, okay.
I think the question would fall into there too.
No, the
question's an amazing detective, but he's crazy.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
He smells a bit.
You know what?
Does he actually smell like bit?
The question is like
that was
Cassandra.
A joke in
Rorschach, right.
Yeah.
That was the joke in the animated series. It's like he smells weird, and
Oh.
they go to his room, and his room is just like conspiracy spirit nut kind of thing.
So I'm draining Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. I'm teaming up with Jessica Jones and Hellcat. Hellcat, because she has a small she's a little bit of a detective, but Jessica Jones actually is a detective as well, alias. And in this scenario, when I say I'm draining, I'm trying to drain more Blue Beetle and Jessica Jones in the power and money and abilities section, and Hellcat and Booster Gold are just unfortunate side pieces to the situation.
Side pieces.
I don't necessarily want Hellcat because I don't feel that she does all that much. And Booster Gold is a cup if you ask me, but whatever.
But he's your best bud.
He's my best bud, but he's a fucking idiot.
Hellcat kind of annoys me, actually.
A little bit. In the show, she definitely does because she's always like...
Well, she's not there yet.
Yeah, she's not Hellcat yet.
She's not nowhere. She's too gung-ho so quick.
Yeah. And then I'm getting rid of Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy.
Okay, go on.
Because they're evil.
Yeah,
Poison Ivy on the regular tries to destroy the world.
Yeah,
and
because
Harley Quinn is mentally unbalanced.
Because
why would I team up with those people?
She tries to destroy everybody because everyone's destroying the world, man.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Kind of like Swamp Thing.
Yeah,
Come on, man. And he's a good guy.
I get Poison Ivy's motivation. But Harley Quinn is part of that duo, and she cray. I'm not hanging out with that chick.
Yeah.
She'll get me killed.
Yeah, you're right.
Nah, man. Sorry, Harley. You out.
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because you're going to do some crazy.
Yeah. So team up with Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy.
Of course. Your girlfriend made you do that.
No, not at all.
1 year, baby.
Sorry, not at all. Because I'm remembering the actual comic books that they're from, and there's this one where they're both in jail,
and she holds up the signs.
Yeah, she holds up the signs and just pissing off. Like it's almost like a best friend situation in like a very old school Warner Brothers cartoon, where one person's the really annoying person, the other one's just like, "Yo, shut up," that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So there's one where they're in the shower together, and she's like, "Oh, come on, Red, cheer up," and she starts scrubbing her hair, and it's like, "What is it? Clouds are gonna cheer up. Put on a happy face," and she just starts beating her up because she's like, "Leave me alone. I'm really pissed." They're just Poison Ivy.
Why is this who you're teaming? You're teaming up with the unbalanced man.
I think you said draining.
No, I'm teaming up because they're funny. They're just funny and silly to watch. I just like laughing my butt off.
Their mental instability is great teamwork.
I grew up on Warner Brothers cartoons. Those people were not sane.
Okay. The mental instability.
So I would be draining Blue Beetle and Booster Gold.
Okay.
And defeating Jessica Jones and Hellcat.
Interesting. That's not how I expected that to end.
I don't know much about Jessica Jones and Hellcat as a team together.
Okay,
so
okay.
Peace out. And Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. You usually have your best friend, and sometimes he messes up a lot, and but you still stand by him. That's your bud. That's your dude. Gotta. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
He hasn't killed you yet. You dying as Blue Beetle is not Booster Gold's fault.
True. That's true. I will give you that.
Boom. Go on.
Toby, Skinny, who wants to go next?
I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I will drain Hellcat and Jessica Jones, more being Hellcat because she needs, some training, so I could balance that. Hellcat. Cool.
All right, Sensei.
Okay. Then we got I'm teaming up with Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. It's kind of Jack and Brian's idea, except for Jessica Jones being in control of herself and being either the MCU version, if we're doing Toby's old game here, switching up. She's going to be the MCU version or Aliens version. I know she don't tolerate no bullshit, so Booster Gold will be in his place.
Oh, that's a good point.
He will not be able to get on bad because she'll just smack him around.
That is a very good point.
Sit.
She'll just smack him with a bottle.
Ted Corey will be okay. They'll do the detective stuff.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of beat people up with my rage, and then Booster Gold will do something. Whatever. We are taking down Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. I don't care how they scrub each other's hair.
Yeah.
Really? They're just gonna take over the world. And give each other massages.
And this is before that they I'm remembering before they said, okay, no, they're a couple now. I'm just remembering them just as a team. That's it.
I remember them in Gotham Knights and them being a pain in Batgirl's ass. So
annoying her. Yeah,
I'm trying to get them out of here. So that's my choices.
I'm down the sidelines laughing.
Man, it's tough because I'm torn between defeating either Jessica Jones and Hellcat or Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy.
Choice is really easy.
The reason I actually really don't like Jessica Jones, the TV series. I don't know what to tell you guys. I hate
That's
it.
fair. I liked it a lot.
I think it's probably the worst. Iron Fist.
Iron Fist.
I was gonna say how you.
That's some strong words.
I am falling asleep.
So when I say it's the worst, it's like right there with Iron Fist to me, and just a little bit less interested in Iron Fist.
The moment you said that, it made me think when you told Michelle Franklin, I've said more ludicrous things on this show before, and I was just like, there it is. That's a ludicrous thing. Iron Fist wasn't.
Tobi, if you don't mind,
at least I know. At least I know I'm not always in the popular opinion.
We should print out Iron Fist isn't that bad.
Yeah.
Oh man, which episode did you make it to? For Jessica Jones?
If we all had the same interest, it would be
no. That's true. That's fair.
Yeah. So I think I'm defeating Jessica Jones and Hellcat.
Oh, which episode did you make it to? I have to ask.
Okay, so I watched like the first 5 or 6, didn't watch for another 2 weeks, and then I watched the rest.
Oh, okay, so
you made it all the way.
You made it all the way through. I was gonna be like,
I had to break it up a bit, but I didn't enjoy it very much, man. I just watched it because it's a Marvel show, to be honest.
Okay, that's fair.
I hated the villain.
Purple Man, yeah.
Gonna team up with Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy.
Oh God.
And I'll be rating Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. Hey man, 2 girls, 2 guys.
Yeah,
just saying.
Like, you're doing like the
two crazy girls. You know what they say about crazy girls, right?
They gonna kill you.
So
yeah. I was gonna say, what do they say about crazy women? They slit your throat in your sleep.
Not only that, but you're with Booster Gold. You're gonna get yourself killed. Yeah, 3 times if you're Ted Corrigan.
No, he comes back. Hey, he comes back in time and saves my life a couple times too.
Yeah, he does.
Oh.
So just saying.
He does.
Fred, we rather die.
Freaky Ziggy ain't even that good.
I die more. He rise.
Jeez. I need to read that comic.
Yeah, like I think there's one. I forget what. I can't tell you what issue this is or anything now. But Booster Gold and like Jamie Reyes and all the Blue Beetles, and then a Black Beetle like from the future travel back in time to save Ted Cord.
Oh, okay.
I forget it right now, the story, but I'll find it and send it.
But I know like in Injustice, for example, the Injustice 2 series, when Ted Cord dies, Booster Gold is there, and he's just like, I can't do it this time. And he's just like, wait, what? And he's essentially telling him like, I'm not allowed to save you this time. Like like you're about to die. I wanted to say goodbye to you. And Cord's just like, okay. Like he's like, he full on accepts like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna die. Bro. And you're just like, God damn. It's pretty sad.
Yeah. So I kind of read DC like that. Like, Marvel's goofy, but DC does not care about just being like, okay, we're getting gritty now, bye.
Yeah, well, that Injustice is that alternate line, but yeah, like I always said, Injustice is a weird universe.
The smiling Batman who laughs or whatever, all that creepiness. I'm just like, nah, I'm good on you, DC. I'm cool.
People in fridges.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Super nonchalant too. It's like, she in the fridge.
Okay, guys, that's so that is the DTD. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed that. We're already 40 minutes in, and we only just finished the DTD.
Yeah, but you had Black Panther.
Yeah, we talked a bit Black Panther and stuff. So hopefully, we didn't spoil anything for you guys if you haven't seen it. I mean,
if you haven't, too bad. It's fucking amazing. Go see it.
I've seen it 3 times, so I can't hold back at this point. Yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in on the live stream, and we'll be continuing on the live broadcast stream. So that's franklinarmstrong.com/live. So keep tuning in, and then so now the View the Right Thing segment, Skinny. You've got 2 shows for us to talk.
Yes.
I only watched the pilot for the first one.
Everything sucks.
Yeah.
These are 2, like, I'm going to shout out to Danielle. These are her choices. She got her own Netflix slide to kind of log in at the crib now.
It's one account, but
it's one account, but she has her own like thing. So
she's the real MVP.
So I'm like, look at all these wacky ass shows that girls into. All right, I get home. I'm gonna get home tonight. She can be watching. Like,
I couldn't get into Everything Sucks.
Everything. Okay, so Everything Sucks.
So that's why I'm hoping you can.
I like the show.
Okay,
but there are some things it deals with. Okay, in boring Idaho.
Yeah, I love that. That's a name. That's the actual name of the city.
Real. Okay, I thought it was made up. So in Boring,
it's probably made up. But
Boring,
I mean, like,
Oregon, and Boring, Idaho.
Yeah.
In the show, they go to Boring High. It deals with the main character. I'm gonna say his name is Sam. Hopefully, I'm not exactly sure. All I know, it's a young black kid who's going to a predominantly white school.
Yeah,
and he's just kind of hanging out. Netflix has this theme with these shows that they set back in time. Okay. But they don't specify what year it is. So I believe this show...
It's like 96.
Yeah, it's like 90, like mid-90s, 96. Like, so, I mean, our boy here, he's part of the AV Club. He's really into that kind of stuff. He meets this, the main character girl.
Yeah.
Who he's it's kind of shown in like the first episode. She needs her camera fixed, so he agrees. Like, okay, let's ride back to my place. I'll fix your camera for you.
Yo, he's smooth that way too.
Yo, super smooth.
Yeah. She's yeah.
This girl is super girl next door-ish.
Yeah.
And this show is really trying to get you to believe that our boy here, who is like while good looking for his age, he might be like 12 in the show, actually 14, because I don't know, growth spurts or not, or food in these days bad. So for me, I love him as a character in the show, but he's just too happy to be there. You feel that, Tobi?
Yeah.
You feel like he's too
okay, so I watched the pilot. I agree. He's really happy for a kid whose mom is never home. Like, I mean, I guess you could be a happy kid, but you have no one around you.
I feel like there's demons in that we're gonna see. But like, so he's way too happy. The girl's she goes to his house. You go to the man's house, the boy's house. He fixes your camera. You're snooping around. He's clearly into you. And then you're going to go jack his porno mag? Who are you?
She jacked
Where did they do that
porn.
at? So she steals his porno mag to go home and try to be like, you know what? Obviously, I looked at him and I was like, yeah, you're a lesbian. Like, I'm not trying to be, don't get mad at me. Come at me at my Twitter.
Well, you kind of see that early on when she checks out that girl in the cab.
Yeah, I mean, the show doesn't try to hide the fact.
Okay, so, but from character design.
Oh, you're saying from the jump you thought she was
from jump.
Okay. I didn't think that.
So
but
get at me at Skin Deep MTL. And I was just
that's super weird. He's a dude. If I get him to fix my camera, porno stash.
Yeah,
no, but, I mean, it's not like she planned it, but
she definitely sees his dad because it's not his porno stash. Because that kid seems too happy to masturbate. He probably would think it's icky. You know what I mean? But like,
why do you think he's happy all the time?
I think because I'll get to that.
He just discovered out of it.
Because his mom's not home. He's got free reign to do what he wants.
Duh. I think that's what you're supposed to feel. But
do you think a man that's like not happy is just like, oh man, like someone's gonna come in the room just now?
True.
Just relax, doors wide open.
True, actually,
music loud.
Well,
videos mad loud.
I guess he jerks off with the door open then too.
So the girl goes home with the mag.
Carefree man.
She goes home with the porno, and I'm just gonna cut like through this little description and then just jump to where it goes afterwards. No, it's all good. And I don't know why you'd try to masturbate with like blaring music in your headphones because that's just strange.
Yes.
Then her pops, who is also the principal of the school, just kind of bursts in, sees that she's looking at a
nudie
mag that has women in it, and he's like, "Oh, it's okay to like experiment or." I don't know. He's just
the way he worded it was, you don't have to look like that.
That's it. You don't have to look like that.
Because he understood it as she thought this is how she needed to look as a woman.
Overstays his welcome. She gets awkward. That happens.
Like, can you get out, please?
Yeah, like the episode doesn't really kind of go anywhere really much after that. Kid discovers he likes her 2 episodes down. He goes and does this whole like montage video where he's imitating Alanis Morissette, Kurt Cobain, doing a bunch of like old 90s videos that, no offense, even if you're in boring Oregon or Idaho, no black kid's doing that. No black kid is watching Nirvana videos and then going ahead and like reenacting them just to impress a girl who afterwards he's going to ask her out on this most awkward date. And then this show is good, but it's painful to get through because
how awkward it is.
It's everything sucks. It's like everything's super awkward.
Okay.
So I would assume that's probably the point. Is just hella awkward on purpose.
Is the point, but it's like as a black man,
I don't want to relive all this.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to find myself again.
It's just not.
I found myself. I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't need the I found myself show. I'm fine.
Not even so much
I'm comfortable where I am now.
Not even so much that.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this to me, show?
Not even that. No black kid is going through that to get with that girl.
Oh, okay.
Realistically.
Like he's putting too much effort into
for her.
Oh,
from some of the co-stars.
He's saying she's less than average, right?
Yes.
Good God, Skinny. Damn, dude.
And listen. I have to make this point. You remember back when there was some stereotype?
Wait, what did you say, Tobi? She's less than what?
She's less than
average.
Yeah.
That's the title, guys.
She's less than average.
Ouch. Damn. That's
all I'm saying is they can't keep making up these weird weird things that we're into, because then these things are actually happening and becoming fruition. You know what I mean? They said it about the bigger girls, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, it's okay, black guys love fat girls. We don't. No one said that. No one said that. We don't.
I thought that came from black guys like big butts.
Nah.
And then people just kind of smash that together.
Too, big girls.
People just smash that
no
together.
offense to the big girls. Go do what you gotta do, but nah.
I like what Skinny's saying, because Skinny's essentially just trying to say the show is going to give us these ideas of what black kids like, what black men like.
Yes.
Like,
thank you for saying it in a better way.
I'm trying, because the way you said it was, ain't nobody put in that much work for that. That's
well, has she
for that piece of ass?
Yeah. Well, has she done anything to like purposely try to deter him, or let him, or does she do something where he thinks he's still got a chance and he's still pushing harder?
Yeah, she says yes, but then when he goes to try and kiss her, the idiot pulls a fire alarm and then lets my nigga take the damn blame. When her dad's the principal. She should have just been like, Dad, it's cool, I had my period.
Exactly. I got it. Yeah.
I didn't want to kiss him, or but she just let him take it, and then he took the heavy fall.
She doesn't sound loyal at all.
No.
Wait until you see what the dad does to the kid's mom.
Are you telling me that?
Oh God.
Tries to get. Yeah. Anyways, this show's crazy.
So you're talking about this? So you're saying this show is just saying what Christopher Brown said in that song, "Loyal"?
Yeah, essentially that. Everything sucks. You can watch it. You will laugh. It is awkward. You'll feel weird. It's like reliving high school. Not so great. God. Girlboss, don't waste your time.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Really? I actually watched that with my girl.
My girl wanted to watch that too.
Didn't it get canceled already?
Did it?
It's only one season. They weren't going to do a sequel, a second season for what I heard.
Well, drat, because no.
Is this the one where she's just flipping clothes and stuff like that?
Well, she starts her own business, and like there's a lot behind it because she competes with like eBay essentially. Yeah. Because at first it starts off, I didn't watch the show.
She's on eBay. Yeah. And then she gets kicked off eBay.
Right.
Which I didn't understand.
I don't, because they never really explained it.
Oh, okay.
They were like, I'm trying to find that episode too.
It can happen.
That you get kicked off?
Yeah, like they'll.
For selling?
Somebody, like maybe people complain about, like, oh, well, I got this fake item and they were lying to me and da-da-da.
Oh.
But, and then if you, as a seller, overstep your grace, sometimes they can kick you off like that. Or it happens. Like you have to always argue with them.
Yeah.
But
Girlboss.
It can happen. It can happen.
Girlboss canceled.
Yeah.
Oh, it is canceled. Okay, that's what I thought.
Well, I'm not surprised because the main actress is quite annoying.
Oh no.
Very annoying, right, Toby? How do you feel about her?
Yeah.
Wild annoying. Her best friend's the worst. The
face you just made.
The worst. Not only that, the show's set in what? Early 2000s?
Yeah.
I'm not stereotyping our brothers, but in the early 2000s, her best friend who's dating a black man, that is the most unblack black man I've ever seen for early 2000s. Not even a do-rag. Not even a do-rag, bro.
I'll admit I tried to do the do-rag and I was like, nah.
Wearing hella tight jeans that are hella tight for now. Back then. You're like, no, you guys didn't do your research. And he's a bartender, but also studying for like he's probably a good part of the show because he's like comedic relief, but better than the best friend who's supposed to be the actual comedic relief.
Yeah.
Show's
you want to know who I find is the best representation of just the average guy dating a girl normally is Hannibal Buress on that show.
Broad City.
The two girls, Broad City.
Yes.
I need to watch that show.
Yeah, I'm watching.
He's just a straight up normal dude.
Yo,
I can't handle him being normal because of the Eric Andre show.
He's so great in it because Alana is his girlfriend and is regularly doing the craziest shit possible, and he's just like, Alana, can we just eat pizza? Like Alana, can we just do insert normal thing human beings do?
No, you gotta talk in a more.
Oh no, that's the thing. He doesn't even do that voice.
Oh really?
He's just being a regular dude who's just like, you know, at one point he decides he wants to have a monogamous relationship, and Alana's all about polyamory.
Wow.
So he decides he wants this one after a year.
Yeah.
So he's telling her, like, he went on a date with another girl, and he's telling her about the date, and Alana throws a fit, starts breaking stuff, and he's just like, I guess he kind of gets a moment of like, oh, maybe she wanted us to be monogamous, and then she's just like, I'm so happy for you, I'm so proud, and he's like, wait, what? That's not what I expected from that moment. And it's just great because I'm
so happy and proud I gotta break stuff.
Yeah, dude. She like stomps on his car, throws trash can, kicks all this stuff, and you think, oh, she's vexed, and she's just like, I love it. What else did you do with her? Did you just have pizza? Like, and you're just laughing at the ridiculousness of this interaction. and you're
It's a
like,
great show.
yeah, and
need to watch
Hannibal
this show.
Buress' character
That
is
sounds
one of the best
ridiculous.
things on the show.
Well, they need to take a page out of that show. So
Yeah.
everything sucks is questionable, but you'll get through it. Girlboss, terrible.
No. Okay, Tobi, you got you hit us with Happy. I've watched the pilot.
Yeah.
What is this, Happy?
Oh, Christopher
It's,
Maloney. I love it.
Yeah. What's Christopher? His Law and Order, right?
Yeah, Law & Order SVU. He did
Yeah.
he did Oz for the longest
Yes.
time. He did what else did he do? Wet Hot
He
American
was in
Summer,
Man of Steel,
Man of Steel.
Okay, that
Sin
guy.
City,
Yeah. He has a
42.
really,
He was in quite a few things.
yeah, he has a really good list. He has a really, really good list of movies and shows.
Yeah. So, and this show is about pretty much. I don't know if he's retired or fired. That's one thing that
Yeah.
I never really understood.
I haven't read the comic book, but I think he gets fired.
Yes, actually, you're right. He did get fired for what exactly? I can't
yeah.
remember that too.
But he turns into
but anyway,
yeah.
After he gets fired, he turns into like this crazy alcoholic,
Yeah.
like just low life. Actually becomes a hired gun for the mob.
Yeah.
Oh,
This guy called Blue. So that's kind of where you meet him, and they give you flashbacks to his time as a cop and stuff like that. But dude, his acting in this show is just like I've never seen him act like this before. Like I don't even see him. Like I see this bum of a guy who drinks all the time and just doesn't give a shit what's going on around him. He doesn't care about anyone. And then literally like halfway through the first episode, when he's going on one of his hits to go kill like these 3 kids, that sons of like this mob boss, this imaginary animal appears in front of him, like this unicorn,
like a unicorn dragon thing,
like an animated unicorn, and it's Patton Oswalt. You know who that is. Like it's his voice, and he's just like, "What the hell is going on? Like, did I hit my head that hard?" And you realize that this is like his daughter's imaginary animal, and his daughter sent the imaginary unicorn to help.
Oh, that's his daughter?
That's his daughter. So she actually, it's her imaginary friend who she sent to go get him to come and save her, because she just got kidnapped by this guy who's like this psychopath. He dresses like Santa.
Yeah.
And he kidnaps kids from like this kid's concert.
Yeah. Can I just point out the way she gets kidnapped? Like, that is not a black household, because you're at a concert with standing next to your mom, and you decide, I want to get a better view, and you just walk away from your mama. Like, you just go, I'm just going to walk away. I ain't telling you where I'm going. Yes, your mom would snatch you by the curlies on the back.
Your shoulders damn near dislocated.
Exactly.
Your mom would grab you by the hand and crush your hand.
Yes.
And jerk you back so bad, you got whiplash.
And you're trying super hard to not cry.
Exactly.
Like,
and you're just sitting there, and she's just like, I best not hear it. And you're just like watching the concert, smiling, and tears.
I spent too much goddamn money to get you and me into this stupid concert.
Oh, you guys are doing it for the American parents. You got to do it with the West Indian thing where they don't even say words. You're just like,
Truth.
That's true. Just like, wait, what?
There wouldn't
you know
be
that was the whole
words.
sentence,
Yeah.
bro?
You just know not to move.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you know exactly.
So this kind of show kind of posits a world where like imaginary friends actually are a thing. They exist. So if a kid believes in them, like, so they have this thing where like after when kids stop believing in their imaginary friends, the imaginary friend doesn't cease to exist completely. The kid actually still believes for a certain amount of time. So the imaginary friend actually exists in the world somewhere else, but not with the kid.
Oh, okay.
So they actually meet up for like weekly AA meetings. It's hilarious.
Oh man,
I need to watch this.
I need to watch more.
Yeah. So like the villain. So not everyone can see Happy, which is the name of the imaginary friend. He can see it, and it turns out the Santa guy can see it too.
Oh.
And then you wonder why, and there's this whole like little plot twist in there. There's also like exorcism. This show is wild. It's kind of like
what?
It's kind of like Dirk Gently mixed with Wilfred.
Yeah,
but that's done well.
That's interesting. Sci-fi, right?
Done really
it's
well.
a sci-fi network.
Yeah.
Sci-fi.
Okay.
Yeah.
To bring the A game this year.
It's actually, dude, it's really good. I actually like binge watched the whole first season.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, I'll give it another chance because I watched the pilot and I liked it, but I didn't. I couldn't get through the whole thing.
It's good. Just like let's just understand it for what it is. It's weird to see just like this animated unicorn, right? But it makes perfect sense, and it fits with his character, because him talking to himself, people don't question it because he's that messed up.
Yeah, true.
So they just think he's having one of his episodes and he starts talking to himself, but he's not talking to himself. He's talking to Happy. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's really well done.
One thing you didn't mention, it's also one of the most violent shows I've seen in a while.
Oh my god!
You didn't mention that, but dude, the way he kills. There's one scene where he kills a room full of people coming after him, and he's like drugged while he's doing it, and it's still like, this is some dark shit, man. Like how he, like, I don't even want to talk about it.
It's just brutal. It's just brutal. It's gory.
It like what was that movie with the British James Bond thing? You know the movie.
Keep going.
No, okay.
British James.
No, the sequel
with Eggsy.
Oh, Kingsman.
Kingsman. Is it like the Kingsman scene? Is it worse than that scene in the church?
Oh no.
Kingsman scene. It's not worse, but it's close to that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Actually,
yeah.
Because that scene
actually
they
don't shy away. They don't shy away
exactly.
from like showing you stuff.
This is a sci-fi original series, and you're just like, and the comic book, from what I understand, was violent. So I was just like, how violent are they really going to go on a? I mean, it's cable, but still. But yo, that scene in the hospital, I was like, good lord! Like, I was just like, if I could blush, I would blush.
Were you fanning yourself?
Yeah, man. No,
they need Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
He kills some people in some ways that I'm just like, you ain't right, sir.
Worse than Punisher?
No, man.
Because Punisher wasn't as
bad. I don't know. You can't really compare. Like, so you brought up Kingsman and Punisher. Like, you know how Kingsman is different from Punisher, but they're still both as like gory.
Yeah. This is different from the other two. Yeah.
Okay. But it's kind of like its own version of gory.
Okay. But essentially, it still just shocked me at how violent the show was, because I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
I just thought, okay, this would be like a Christopher Maloney fight scene
because of the animated unicorn.
Yeah.
And the name of the show just super misleading.
Yeah, you should never have an animated character in a world where that much blood shows up. That's all I'm saying.
And this show is not happy at all.
Oh, sorry. Rewind. What'd you say? Because you cut out.
Oh, sorry. The show is not happy at all. Like, despite the title, there's no point watching the whole series to the end where you're actually like not anxious, or there's no resolution after end of every episode. You're like, oh crap, you still didn't save her.
Yeah,
something's happened. Like
Jesus,
something keeps getting. It's crazy. You just gotta watch it. I don't want to give away too much.
Okay, that's fair. So for me, I've been watching Corporate, which is a Comedy Central series that just got renewed for season 2. I think the season ends in March, which is just around the corner. Guys, I got to tell you, if you're looking for... I don't know if any of you have ever watched Better Off Ted.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you watch Better Off Ted... Yeah, and how great was Better Off Ted?
Yes.
Loved it.
Never saw it.
Okay. So good.
If you take Better Off Ted and put it on cable, this is pretty much what you get.
Finally?
Yeah.
Finally.
What's that time travel show with Lem on it?
Oh, Timeless.
Timeless, yeah.
It's supposed to be coming back soon.
Timeless?
Yeah, it got canceled and then they renewed it at the last second.
Ooh.
Because
I was just happy to see him.
Yeah, I know he's a great actor. I loved him in Dear White People too. Actually, he
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah,
he was in the first episode.
Yeah, he's great.
Who was the brother there?
The black scientist in Better Off Ted.
Okay, yeah, I know him. I've seen that show many.
So Better Off Ted. So if you take Better Off Ted and you put it on cable, so the two characters, you know how he plays the black scientist and he has his buddy.
Yeah.
So if you took those two guys and made them executives instead of scientists.
Oh wow.
So they're executives and they're both, still complete idiots, and still like, and the show focuses on them more than it focuses on one protagonist. Yeah.
Okay.
So you got these two guys. They're both idiots. They work for a corporation, a faceless corporation. It stars. The two stars are two new guys, but Lance Reddick is in it. He plays Christian DeVille, which is great. Goodness. DeVille is standing for Devil, Christian Devil. That's his name.
Okay.
Christian Devil.
Yeah,
okay.
It's Christian DeVille, but there's an episode with Christianity where like not a nun, but a pastor comes in, and she's just like, "Oh, I'll just call you Devil." He's just like, "Actually, call me Christian," and I'm like, "Oh my god, they went there. It's so funny." But yeah, he plays the boss of a faceless corporation that pretty much the same thing as Viridian Dynamics. You don't know what they do. They do everything.
They do everything. Yeah.
They do everything and nothing at the same time. There's one episode where they're trying to do an arms deal for the CIA. The next episode they're trying to pay for churches. The next episode they're trying to make a hurricane machine. The next episode they're being protested against.
Hurricane machine.
Yeah, they're being protested against, and they're trying to figure out how to turn the protesters, into clients by selling them anti-Hampton DeVille products. Like, it's every episode is just, it's so funny. It's so funny.
Do they cut the commercial in the episode like Breeding Dynamics?
No, they don't do that. They don't do that. Yeah, that's one thing that I thought that was a great trope from Better Off Ted, but no, this one.
Food. Yum.
Yeah. These guys, it's those two guys. They're junior execs in training. Then you have their execs, and then you have the president of the company, and then you have the HR and the IT guy. Those are the 5 or 6 main characters. Baron Vaughn, the black comedian who's on Two Dope Queens pretty often. I don't know if you guys listen to that podcast. Anyways, he plays.
Oh, not yet. I'm sleeping on that podcast.
It's a good podcast, and they just got an HBO special.
I saw some of the HBO special.
Yeah so Baron Vaughn's in the first episode actually of the HBO special.
I didn't get to catch that part.
Okay, but yeah, he's hilarious. He plays the IT guy. It's super funny. He does a great job with it.
I thought you were gonna say there was another character named Dr. Acula or something.
No.
Like, ugh.
But yeah, no, I highly recommend watching it. The fact that it got renewed, I mean, is just a sign of how solid the show is, and people should check it out. Black Lightning. The other.
How dare you?
I know.
You did that on purpose.
I'm just at the end of the episode.
Oh no! Come on.
By the way, I stopped watching this after episode 2.
Okay, so here
I couldn't do it anymore.
I'm gonna tell you, Tobes. I'm gonna tell you. Black Lightning is a roller coaster.
Yeah.
But from week to week, it's as if they have completely different writers, man.
Every show.
Because it doesn't make sense.
No.
Because episode 6, really good.
Is it?
I like this episode.
I found some of the dialogue was like really bad.
Yeah, the dialogue's a little...
Homeboy calls her, he's just like, come on, Jazz, you have to help him. He's gonna kill a man. It's like that's not how foreign conversations go.
Gamby's...
My issue wasn't the dialogue, it was more like the plots and the stories. In the episode 2 is just terrible.
He's Black Lightning for 6 minutes.
This one's better though.
What's that?
Yeah, he's Black Lightning for 6 minutes each episode. But yeah.
This one's good because you find out. I know we talked about how the daughter has her powers, and they don't really do a good job at dealing with the daughter's powers at all.
This one.
Yeah, so this one you finally get to see the daughter is trying to figure out her powers. I mean,
seems like she damn well knows them.
Yeah, the one thing I don't like is the fact that she's like looking through science textbooks and she's just like, "Oh, that's how my powers work." It's like, what are you?
How?
What? You just look at a couple pages and you're like, yeah, so the mitochondria goes through the okay.
Nailed it.
And I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, it was a little stupid. It was a little stupid.
They can do drama, but they can't be superheroes.
I know.
That sounds...
What was she reading? Superpowers for Dummies?
No, she was reading her grandfather's notes that he took based on metahumans in their city, which, and obviously, if your grandfather's taking metahuman notes, you know it has to be someone in your family.
Yeah.
So let's do some math here, girl.
Yeah, that's the thing I found weird. She's not, like, she's super smart, but she's not smart enough to figure out, Grandpa was investigating this. That seems very weird. Why? I should look into it and see, like, how this connects to my family. No, I got powers. I'm good. This is all I need to know.
That sounds like similar to, like, 21 Jump Street when he takes the drug, and he's like, and the square root of hypothesis, and he cuts to the board that he's writing on, and just gibberish. He's like, F you, science! That's what that sounds like to me.
That's the thing. In this one,
it's nonsensical.
She's figuring it out. She learns that it's their breathing that causes her powers to work. She gets arrested again.
She stays getting arrested.
Yeah, I mean, one of the important things in the episode is the father making it clear to her, like, hey, you need to realize, because she gets arrested for shooting at a statue with a water gun full of pink paint.
Pinkish paint, yeah.
And the father's just like, you don't seem to get it. You, as a black person with anything that looks like a gun in your hand, puts you at risk. And he's trying to make it clear to her, like, you can't run around doing stuff like that. You're going to get yourself killed. And she's still not getting it. It's been 6 episodes, and she's still doing this stuff.
In her defense, also, real people at protests ain't going to be taking out Uzis that look like actual guns to shoot at statues. They're going to be using super soakers. So, sorry, show, no.
But, I mean...
she should have been dead. Yeah. That's what it sounds like you're saying.
But the episode, like, the episode, I felt you get more development of Gamby.
Yes.
You see more of Crondon. I like Crondon and the fact that...
That's the only reason I watch the show.
Yeah. Crondon is confident, but at the same time, still a danger. Like, he still feels like he's in danger.
Can we just let him say niggas, please?
I know, Negroes.
No, but I'm really just let him say it.
I know.
It would make it just...
Yeah, because it's almost worse him saying Negro with that much hate in his voice.
These lazy Negroes. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, I agree.
Please let him say it.
because
Boondock says it. Chappelle Show says it.
Like,
Jordan Peele. When I met Jordan Peele and I asked him, "How do you guys get away with saying niggers on air?" And he said, "Well, two black men walk into a room full of white guys, and we say we're going to say the word nigger on air, and the white guys go, okay, and that's how I do it." And then he just started laughing, and I was just like, "That's fair. That's
mega fair."
So yeah, Black Lightning episode 6. I feel like the writing for this episode was better. The acting, so. The delivery of the episode, also a little so. But it's better than the other episodes. At least I felt so. The fight scene at the end.
Yes.
You saw at least the fight?
I saw the fight between the two goons, and then them run off, and then like now it's like she's like going to save her, like cuddle her mom, but like I paused it because I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go home and finish this.
Okay, well, I mean,
don't worry. I mean, you can tell me. I don't care.
Her and Black Lightning have an amazing fight.
They fight each other.
Yes, because he comes in and sees the woman, his wife, tied up.
Yeah.
Doesn't realize it's his daughter. Immediately attacks her.
But the mom knows it's his daughter.
Yeah, but she's tied up. Her mouth's covered, and she's shaking her head like crazy, trying to get his attention. But to him, he just sees his wife tied up, and this metahuman standing over her. Right. He just starts firing off. It makes for a pretty badass fight. It does. I thought
at least he's
cool.
looking better when he's fighting, because he was starting to look a little trash out here.
Yeah,
I was trying to hope like he was gonna get a little better.
Yeah, the storyline with Gambi that gets fleshed out a bit more.
What's going on with him?
I guess he used to be special ops, and it seems like Lady Eve was special ops too.
Oh,
because he says at one point, "I taught you everything you know, but I didn't teach you everything I know," which is a reused line from other shows, but I'm okay with it. So I would tell people check it out. Tobi, legit, give it another chance. For all the shows that we watch and all the shows that we shit on, I would say at least give Black Lightning another
Ignore
chance.
the soundtrack, because that is what's not going to push you towards the show.
I know.
Last night I saw a
superhero. The first episode, that was one of the things that drew me to it.
Oh, it gets annoying.
Yeah, because the first few episodes, it's really good. And I mean, we even have the soundtrack. We have a playlist, running playlist. Yeah. But the last episode, barely any of the songs needed to be added because they reused a lot of the songs.
Yeah, they'll throw in like your J. Cole song random, and you're like, oh, they took that song. But then the original, like whoever they paid that like local rapper to do is like Black Lightning's Black. No. Like it's stopped.
Black Lightning is black.
Sorry, it's back. Sorry, because the rhyming scheme is because the literal rhyming scheme is so last night I saw a superhero and he was black. Yeah. He said this is for the street. Black Lightning's back.
Yeah.
Which I want to be like Black Lightning's whack, because that was stupid. Anyone comes up to me and said this is for the streets, I'm punching you in the face. Leave.
Superhero Static Shock.
But they're definitely doing the whole like black kids are obviously watching this shows.
I don't know.
Right?
I hope with the way they're going so hard.
I'm actually going to look at the Nielsen ratings to see what the breakdown is for it, because I don't know if the ratings are great. I don't know. I mean, Black History Month, Black Panther, there's a lot of Black Pride going around, so maybe that helped, but I mean, at the end of the day, you need everyone in your 18 to 49 demo, and if the show is continuing as is.
How crazy is it that Black Panther is getting? Did Black Panther show up in Civil War before Luke Cage did on TV?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
A full year.
All right, cool.
Yes.
Okay, I'll let that one go then.
Civil War is 2016.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
What
like we just said, I mean.
Because with Black Lightning is, and this is not even like I want this to happen, but if someone was to come out and be like, oh, this show offends me because there's two, like, they are being kind of unrealistic. I don't care where they live in Freeman, whatever, but there's no white people in their town. They're like, all the white people
Gambi.
All the white people are Gambi or evil cops that are like, get out of here. Not one teacher.
At the school. That's true.
That's true, yeah. As he said it, I was thinking, I'm like, Gambi, crooked cop. Yeah, that's literally it.
Crodon's henchman?
Yeah, exactly. And the girl, Crodon's side chick.
What?
Both henchmen. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Oh, and the doctor who treats Crodon.
Yeah.
Crodon.
Oh, random Asian who works with Stewart, who they're not alluding to, but that's Jon Stewart's sister.
Yes.
So
yes.
Season 2, if you guys make it, bring me Green
Lantern. The wife. The wife is
Jon Stewart's sister.
She's supposed to be. I don't know if that's confirmed.
And they reference her as Mrs. Stewart in this episode. And I was like, oh, you guys are gonna do it?
Yeah, cool. They use the name. I mean, they might not bring Jon Stewart into it, but perfect opportunity.
I mean, they could bring him in, but just he's not Green Lantern yet.
Exactly. Yeah.
He'll be in street clothes and he'll have his ring and he won't use it.
Or like he'll just be in street clothes and he'll be a Marine.
I mean, yeah,
because that's what he is.
but also, guys, let's be honest, they're not going to. They're gonna wait till they have to do a movie because they're gonna be like, well, we want to do the Green Lanterns in the cinematic universe.
They shouldn't do Hal. They really shouldn't.
Are they really doing Hal
No
still?
one cares. I feel like they're trying to
Rumor
push
had
it,
it-
but they really shouldn't.
Rumor had it that they want to do Stewart, but they're trying to figure out how to do it and still nod to Hal. Because
Don't.
everyone thinks Hal's important. I think they could just skip him over. But anyways.
They could just be like, hey, remember that guy who tried to kill us all? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Hal.
yeah.
We don't talk to him
Parallax?
anymore. Parallax.
Yeah. Okay, JawzD, homie, hit us with this regular car reviews.
All right.
New Zealand.
Before
sorry.
before he goes,
Yeah.
JawzD, is this an anti-Bueller thing or is this a regular one?
No, it's a regular one.
Okay.
It's legit. Watch it.
No, because last time he was just like, man, it's another anti. Yeah.
No. So this is a YouTube show that I watch.
Okay, cool.
And it's two writers. Two of them are I think they're both they're both living in Pennsylvania. One's from Pennsylvania, and the other one I guess moved there. And they do this show.
How crazy is it that you just said YouTube show?
Yeah.
Like you want, right?
It's
you
just
know?
it's
Anyway,
easy. It's easy to digest. I don't have to spend a half an hour and a whole hour to pay attention.
But not just
and
that.
focus.
YouTube is now producing shows. They're doing
Yeah.
they're doing the sequel to Karate Kid.
Oh really?
Yeah, they're doing a TV series.
Oh okay.
It's about the
But I
dojo.
think it's about the villains, right?
Yeah, it's about the villains dojo.
Cobra Kai.
Yeah, that's what it's called, Cobra Kai.
Well, because everyone's on this big kick that's like, yo, Danny is the real bully because you won't stop bugging the Cobra Kai guys.
Well, that's what Neil Patrick Harris says on
but
How I
now
Met Your
everyone's
Mother.
on that now. Everyone's
funny.
flipping it around and putting it there.
That's funny.
Sorry, I cut you off, man. Go.
No, it's okay. So regular car reviews is basically a car review show, but they try to do it in a very weird, subversive way because they're kind of bored with all the motor trend style. Like this car does this and it does that, and then blah 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 blah, and it goes this fast and that fast. So they try to do like very weird like reviews, but also give you a good idea of what the car is too. So sometimes the main guy that presents the cars, he'll switch into weird characters and stuff. I remember for a little kick, he was doing every Porsche review. As was the Gonzo writer that passed away, Hunter S. Thompson. Like you just do it as Hunter, like the proletariat, and you just do this whole bit as Hunter S. Thompson, and it was really really good. Or they do like really wacky and interesting stuff. So this new quote unquote season, which I think they're in their 19th, but they've just been doing it. Yeah, they're in their quote unquote 20th season actually.
Well, how do they
How
break
does
down
that work?
seasons?
Yeah. Wait.
Seasons are weird with them because some seasons
5 episodes, season 2.
It's like when they get bored, they're like, okay, let's call this another season.
Well, no, each season is kind of broken down to like places they visit or areas or just the time frame that they do it and the amount of cars they can actually review.
Oh, okay, so the amount of episodes that just changes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's not like this season's 5, this season's 5. It's like
no. So season 14 is Mammoth Winter, 21 episodes.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. Season 16 they go to the UK and review cars from the UK. 14 episodes.
Please tell me there's one where there's only one episode. I would love a season.
The closest is Deep Winter, which is this year.
Yeah.
Winter 2018, 3 episodes.
How long are these?
Yeah,
episodes?
but they're adding to that one.
No.
Oh, that's it?
That's
only
it.
3 episodes in the season?
Yeah.
How long are these episodes?
Like 3 minutes to 5 minutes, depending on each one.
Yo,
It's-
man,
they bang them out. They bang them out.
It's like
They
this
bang-
is like they're filming all year. Just
Well, no,
breaking up their episodes.
because when I say a car review show, like this is not like, oh, well, we got all these cars from these companies. It's like, no, we're reviewing people's cars, and we have to like, okay, is it a car we've done already? Is it like, is there anything interesting? No, but
I don't know if I'd use the word show though.
no, it is. No,
No,
it is.
only not because I'm trying to shit on them. I'm just saying, isn't that more of a like clips, like car review clips?
It's not a clip. It's like it's produced, edited, written. They
Sure,
have a
but it's
whole
3
thing.
minutes.
I've seen a lot of very well produced segments on YouTube, but I wouldn't call them shows. They're segments.
we just-
like,
Let them call it a show.
Well, okay, hold
Like
on.
short. You know what? No, you're right. Because if music videos are considered short films, because some music videos are considered short films. Michael Jackson's early videos were often considered short films. Then this can be. You're right.
I mean, like,
I stand corrected.
If one episode,
it's just because to me, having studied television and sound, and we never called a 3-minute thing a show. That's
the
why
education drug. Just
no. But I'm not.
But the media.
That's the problem.
Media is changing.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
How if you can't be funny in, like, for comedians, imagine comedians, right? If you can't be funny from jump, why am I supposed to pay attention to you for a whole 10-minute set?
In a 3-minute song, if you don't get people within the first 30 seconds, you lose them. If a half-hour show, if you don't get people within the first 3 minutes, you lose them. They've proven that.
If you don't get Tobi by episode 2, why is he watching episode 6 of Black Lightning? There you go.
No, I agree. Because that's the thing. And the reason I wasn't trying to shit on what you were saying. And when I was in school, one of the things that one of our professors taught us one time was he asked us a question like, why does God exist? And everyone in the class was like people were like trying to figure it out. And then I raised my hand and I said, he exists because you believe in him. He said, perfect. He said, I gave that question to a university class. It took them 2 full classes of 3 hours before one person said, oh, he exists because you believe in him. They all tried to prove it with their higher education approach. And sometimes you just got to think basics. And that's why when I was talking about the fact that I went to school, because I was taught a certain way about television and sound and productions, and a 3-minute thing to me doesn't sound like a show, but these guys are doing full seasons of something and they're producing a quality program,
writing, and everything.
No, it's fair.
And same with Vine too, where it's just like
yes.
Either you're funny from jump or just you're back in the ether.
Okay, I still have a thing about Vine though. It's very easy for, and I'm not saying this boastfully, I think everyone has 5 seconds of funny in them.
Mine's
you
still
can
around?
capture.
No, it's not. It's dead. Vine is
And it got bought out and crushed.
But
he's trying to bring it back. Vine 2. Or V2, he called it. Anyway, sorry, man. Right. We kept interrupting you. Go, JawzD.
So in this season, it's like, remember, it's just 2 dudes. They managed to go to the UK, and they're like, oh wow, we got funded and we're going to the UK. So this time they're going to New Zealand. And so,
shit.
Yeah. So
that's not a cheap trip, man.
No, it's not. But that's the whole thing.
Yeah, good for them.
So basically, in this season, their whole season's about them in New Zealand and just reviewing either, I guess, Australian cars or cars from Japan.
Ooh, do they cover the Holden?
I'm pretty sure they've got some Holdens.
That's a nice car. When I was in Australia, that was the one car that I was just like.
The Holdens are basically.
But this is specific Holden, the one that looks like a Camaro, but it looks like. You know who it looks like? What's his name? Transformers. The one that was like
Bumblebee.
No. Sergeant Cup.
Oh, okay.
You know how Cup looks?
Oh, okay.
They have an Australian
the El Camino.
Yes, but they have like an Australian like 2016 sharp as fuck looking car, but it's like an El Camino that's been souped up. It looks dope, dude. Like, I'm telling you, I love that car.
Yeah, when were you in Australia?
A couple years. Well, 2009. When I was there in 2009,
one time he was in Australia. Remember?
I don't remember that.
And that's not even a diss. Like,
I
remember you were
but I love that.
You won the trip, right?
Yeah, I won the trip.
Yeah, I remember that. So.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said, because I saw how much the ticket, when they sent me my ticket, it was $1,800 for the ticket. It was written on it, and I was like, holy shit. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Nope. Yeah, so basically it's them and doing their really silly jokes and stuff like that, but then also teaching you about cars. So one thing I like is that both of these guys are educated. They went to they met in graduate school for English. For English literature. And so every once in a so who else is going to be doing a impression of Hunter S. Thompson?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So there's other times where they're actually teaching you stuff, like either literary stuff or socioeconomic stuff or blah blah blah. Like the guy dropped in one episode for when he was reviewing the what was it called, the VW Phaeton. He was like, there's a thing called stealth wealth, and stealth wealth is where you have 2 kids. One kid wants the toy in the store, and his parents said we'll buy it later, and he gets mad because he knows the parents aren't going to buy it later. But then there's another kid that says he wants the toy, and the parents said we'll buy it for you later, and he's like, okay, because he knows if he keeps his grades up, if he has to behave, and the parent will eventually buy him the toy. That's what stealth wealth is basically. And so like he explains this kind of stuff and all that's like it's really sometimes you get episodes that are I'm learning something, and other episodes you get poop jokes and stuff like that. But like same but but the same thing goes for like Chappelle's show. Chappelle, like in general, like sometimes he's gonna talk about race, sometimes he's gonna talk about this, and then poop joke.
Yeah, that's fair.
Then him jacking off.
Or a bum jacking off on a bus.
Yeah, exactly. Holding everybody hostage. So that's one thing I really like about the show, and I always come back to watch it again. And I think they only have they have their first review, which is the Toyota Crown, which is from Japan. So they kind of say it's like it's kind of like a Lexus GS, but almost like a Lexus GS that's on a Camry kind of thing, because one of those cars that's supposed to be like either it's a taxi, it's the police car, it's the car that moves the diplomats around. Okay. But it's rear wheel drive because it's meant for Japan. It's a car from Japan that's meant for Japan. And they have that, their review, the point of view when they're driving around the car in the car, and then they have like a diary of them going to New Zealand and stuff like that. So like they're constantly putting out content, but it's really fascinating, interesting, and just to get their little point of view. And they're two guys that just like we would have never thought we'd be in the UK. We'd never thought we'd see New Zealand. This is amazing, and we thank everybody.
They're getting that YouTube money now, so they
I gotta say, man, when it comes to the
full Patreon money,
sure,
the YouTube money's kind of
both,
kind of shrinking.
But I mean, when it comes to that new media industry, like you were saying. Some of these guys make some serious money. There's two guys who hosted a podcast called The Worst Idea on Earth, where they review the same movie.
Yeah, you keep bringing this up.
Yeah, 52 weeks in a row.
Oh, God.
And they got a free trip to LA to screen the movie and do a live recording. You do 52 episodes of watching the same movie every week.
Man, that sounds like
I mean, the podcast was funny because eventually it just turns into them falling apart as people.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they hate their lives. Because it actually affected their relationships with their partners.
Their pain.
One of them ended up breaking up because his girlfriend's like, I don't want this in my life anymore. This process of watching the same movie every week.
Wow. It's called the worst idea of all time.
The worst idea of all time, yeah. And it's two guys from Australia.
That's so brutal.
And they end up getting a paid trip to screen Grown Ups 2. Not even Grown Ups 1. They've never seen Grown Ups 1. They review Grown Ups 2 for 52 weeks in a row.
That movie was particularly crazy.
Exactly.
Too.
Yeah. And they get brought all the way over
Stone
to
Cold
LA.
Steve Austin shows up. Shaq shows up.
Is that the one with the teenagers? And
yes, I'm telling you, if you guys listen to the podcast, it just gets progressively worse and worse. And then once, like they
isn't that the internet nowadays? Just watching people in pain, like literally watching them in snuff films and giving them money. Keep going, keep going.
And they made money. They got sponsors.
At what
they got
cost?
flown out. I mean,
at what cost?
Well, I mean, it also helped their careers because they were comedians already. So that just helped. People were coming to their shows. People were trying to get them booked in the States. Like they did a lot of stuff. So as much as we think it sounds stupid.
How much is it worth?
I feel like Satan's a little too much hanging around in Hollywood right now. For all this quick money grab shit that we keep hearing about.
Didn't Chappelle say that in his Inside the Actors Studio? Like his dad told him, find out what your threshold for that check is.
Yeah.
And once you go past that, like, stop. Like, just no more.
Satan's chilling if you can review a movie 52 times a week and then get brought to LA.
He's like, wow.
Listen, hold on. You know when I knew Satan was hanging out in Hollywood? And no shots because I love you, Harley, when Epic Mealtime worked. Oh. Straight up. But when it like worked and then kept working, like you didn't just watch four dudes eat food every week, like
that's the thing.
Make the food yourself.
But it definitely.
Oh, it definitely do it.
And I think.
But they made a good profit off of the merchandising. That's where you make.
I think what ended up happening was they did like, oh, it's our final episode, and then the next episode came out the following.
That's
week.
what I'm saying. Yeah, I made music for that final episode.
So it went back up. It went back up. I was like, oh, everyone's watching. Oh my god, it's the last episode, and then it's like. No, they're back again. Oh, come on.
But the idea of that kind of ridiculousness that kind of gets people to like, oh my god.
Well, like I told you guys, when I went to the Google studios in New York and they told us, the guy legit said, the only thing I can tell you that helps is consistency. Even if it's the stupidest thing, if you do it every week at the same time, people will eventually show up. That's it.
Yeah.
Wow,
I'm telling you, they show up because there's a guy online. His entire thing is singing. What's that Smash Mouth song?
Oh, that guy's great.
See? No, he's not. By the way,
All Star. So
He's-
what he'll do?
See,
it's so bad.
See this
It's
one.
so bad.
This
but
one
it's
is
so
the perfect
good.
example
It's
of
always
people.
this
No, I
one
don't-
gonna tell us too.
I don't watch it all.
Yes,
but it's just like
what
like,
was the first reaction when I said
I was like, oh my god, this guy. But so basically, what he does, he'll play the song,
any song?
So like, imagine it's Evanescence, "Wake Me Up Inside."
Yeah.
And you hear the song playing the piano, and then the song kicks in, and he starts singing the song. But he's singing it in the same melody of that song,
Yeah.
but he's just singing All Star.
He sings the lyrics of All Star
Oh my
to
God.
every song.
I know.
It's
No.
so bad.
So like Return of the Mac, it would be like,
So
hey now, no, how would it?
You can't. No.
I can't
no,
even do it.
but
He does
but,
it,
but,
That's pretty
we
hard.
can't do
Yeah, it
it.
is pretty hard.
But he does it.
Yeah, Return of the Mac. Dun, 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 dun.
That's so
Hey now,
special.
you're an all star.
No,
he would do.
Hey.
That's what he would do.
My head
Hey,
hurts.
When did
and
he-
now
when did he
you're
learn
an
that he
all-star.
had that skill, you know?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. This guy is
And he
making
doesn't-
bank
and
off
he-
of.
And he doesn't break.
No.
He doesn't, like, his face is
Every-
straight. He's doing it straight. Like we're laughing, we're trying to do it, we're laughing. He's just
And
straight
see,
face
I think
doing it.
that that's an unfortunate thing in the world that this dude is YouTube famous, but you immediately laughed because
well, it's only because
I'm not
you're-
making fun of you.
I know,
I'm just
I know,
saying
but your thing is like, oh, well, you know, that their venture destroyed their relationships.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they got invited to Hollywood to watch the movie again in a bigger screen.
Yeah.
Like that sound like
Yeah,
at
it's
least he's
crazy.
doing something different every time. But this
But he's not doing something different. He sings the same
He
song,
sings
the
the
same
same song,
lyrics,
but different
just
melody.
A different melody.
The
and
devil's
keeps it.
in Hollywood. That's all I'm
There you
saying.
go.
Satan's chilling.
Guys, we got to go to geek news and rumors, so we're gonna hit you right now. Geek news and
Hold
rumors.
on. I want to give it a shot real quick. The Smash Mouth All Star to Return of the Mac. Hey, now you're on All Star.
Wait,
Get
what's
your game on
happening?
and go play.
What is happening?
He does it for the whole song, no laughing.
3 minutes, full song.
I just
Professional.
thought about it. I was like, I want to give this a shot.
Professional.
I'm telling you.
That's hard. That's
And
hard.
and
Great.
it's the consistency that makes him famous. That's what I'm saying. Okay, back to the news.
I'm gonna add something before this on the list.
Go ahead, hit us.
Atlanta season 2.
Yes, Robin. Yes,
Robin season
season 2.
premieres tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Hot damn. Yes.
2 episodes.
Ooh, double.
Booyakasha.
That's awesome.
It's a Black History Month miracle.
Well, it's March 1st, but it's a great way
But
to end
still,
it.
well, you know, you have Halloween on the 31st, and you have All Saints Day on the 1st.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
I
Well,
remembered.
I'll also just say this: Black History Month. I even posted on my Instagram. Black History Month does not fit in 28 days,
Yeah.
so we need to stop.
I'm
this.
taking.
Hey,
yeah,
hey,
this is going till
we-
the 5th. Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
As Black people,
Yeah.
we were very gracious to take the smallest one.
Take. It was given to us.
No.
I'm
No,
taking
I
it.
think no, but I think a lot of
I don't-
I think a lot of other stuff actually happened in February. That's why we took it.
Yeah.
I think actual facts, like a lot of stuff
There's
did
no
happen in
way we get
February.
When you
choice.
say we,
Yeah,
what
I
do you
mean-
mean exactly?
We of the Black delegation.
I mean, we've always had this conversation. Black History Month should not just be Black History Month 28 days.
Man, I forgot it was Black History Month. That's
Hey, man,
how, like,
oh, no.
Every 4 years.
attention I don't pay to it.
We get an extra day.
Every 4 years.
Whoop-de-doo.
Every 4 days.
My thing is
Every 4 years, sorry,
every
4
4 years, Black History Month is outshined by the Olympics because that's all everyone talks
No one
about
cared
for
about
2
the Olympics
weeks.
this year.
This year, you're right.
No
But
one
usually,
cared
back
this
in the
year.
day, think about when we were kids. 88.
Winter Olympics, really? People
Yeah.
cared?
In Canada, you guys want to act like that
No,
wasn't a big
Olympics-
thing?
Olympics were huge when I was
Thank
a kid. What are you talking
you.
about?
Vancouver
I
was
all
watched the
people
Olympics.
talked about when I
Vancouver
was a
Jump
kid.
Off was
That's
nuts.
that just sounds like
Yeah,
an extra.
2010.
That sounds like an
41.
extra day to watch Cool Runnings. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
This guy.
Anyways, our actual
I
geek
wish
news,
that joke would die. By the way,
the Cool Running Show.
the Cool Runnings or Jamaican bobsled team. I'm like,
I know.
I
huh?
every time
no.
that-
Well, I'll give.
every
one-
time black people in a winter sport, like the Nigerian bobsled team this year in the
Yeah.
Olympics, is the same thing. I'm like, oh my god, we just.
well,
It's one of
one,
those things where like it should just be a thing now. Anyone.
one thing I thought
Could
was
be a
pretty
bobsled.
interesting was I think it was last year. The last 4 years.
Yeah.
The Jamaican bobsled team put out a song to talk about actually that goes along with the route that they had to take.
Oh, the
and it's
run.
like to the left, to the and it was pretty interesting. It was actually pretty fun and interesting. Like they're trying to get people into it at least. comparatively to everybody else.
But that's what I was saying. Black History Month also banged in with the Olympics every 4 years and every other thing. Anyways, Black Panther 2 director poll results. So I put up a little poll on one of the Blurred groups, and I asked people, if Coogler couldn't direct Black Panther 2, who would you guys be down to direct it? Jordan Peele, Ava DuVernay.
Who was the original Tapped director, no? Or Ava
Yes,
DuVernay?
she was. Then F. Gary Gray, Antoine Fuqua.
I'm not sure about
D.
Antoine
Reese,
Fuqua.
and then someone added Spike Lee. So,
No.
16 votes for Jordan Peele, 7 votes for Ava, and 1 vote for F. Gary Gray,
Yeah.
1 vote for Spike Lee.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
Antoine Fuqua at all. I know.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Training Day's been a while.
yeah.
And that was a good writer, and like just the whole everybody working
And people
on
said
that.
he would probably try and make it too dark because Equalizer and stuff like that. Like, he makes dark movies.
Did he do what was that movie? Sabotage? No, I don't
No,
think
that I
so.
don't remember.
Okay, never mind.
And then D. Reese, who's not really known, but I just added it. And I also gave
What did D. Reese do?
Oh man,
Dope?
No, Dope is the Rick Fumi, the guy we thought was. Remember last time we thought the dude was Japanese, and we're like, oh no,
We're terrible.
Toby's like, no, he's not.
He's not Japanese.
We're terrible people.
Yeah, Famuyua.
Yeah,
that's it.
Tobes, can you look up real quick what D. Reese directed?
E is in the letter D.
DEE space REES.
It's a woman. Okay. I guess.
In the meantime, I'll
Mudbound.
mention Mudbound. That's it. In the meantime, Antoine Fuqua, speaking of him, might still direct a Scarface remake. He was tapped to do it, then he wasn't, and then now they're back
They
to having him
do it.
Yeah, I know. It's the dude Diego Luna from Rogue One.
Yeah.
Is gonna play Scarface in an updated version.
You mean the
set
guy I
in
didn't
LA.
like?
Yes.
Who shot that guy in cold blood for no reason when he was just trying to get home?
I'm not.
Makes sense. You play Scarface though, doesn't it?
I'm not too surprised by this because Scarface was a remake.
Yeah.
It was a remake, so
Yeah, but it was.
I mean, and it went. It did it completely differently, obviously. So
My thing is stop making remakes like Hollywood.
my
for
thing
the
was
love
it was a
of
bad
God.
no,
movie.
don't keep doing it because then we wouldn't get The Thing, which was a remake.
Why do we need it?
That's what I'm saying though.
I know sometimes you. Well, I mean, okay, hold on,
we need
hold
a
on.
break on the remakes.
Let me change what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
Sometimes you make a remake,
Yeah.
but of something that not everybody knows about, something that's not even on the peripheral, not even on the
Sure.
horizon, and then you could make that better.
What was that movie
5
about?
years, no remakes.
Yeah.
Just give me 5 years.
No, it's Hollywood, son. This is what we got to do.
That's the problem.
What
It's
was
Hollywood.
that?
Skinny.
The movie where they just did it was like about the other side, like trying to cheat death. It was an 80s
Oh,
movie.
Flatliners.
Yeah, Flatliners. No.
Yeah, you didn't need that.
So
because
And that wasn't a known.
it was a
movie.
very bad movie.
Because,
That wasn't known.
That's true. Yeah, I don't think that wasn't
was the other
super
ones?
popularly known. It had a good cast in the
Yeah.
original, but the remake, it was like
Because I mean,
Yeah, the idea of the movie is good, just not properly executed.
Yeah.
because Wizard of Oz was a remake, if I remember.
sure.
right.
But I'm saying,
sorry.
2018.
Yes.
How many movies how many remakes do you need? Like, are you telling me no one has an original script idea?
No.
Nothing?
Nobody. This is
No,
Hollywood.
that's the
Hollywood's
thing.
always been like that.
No,
They do have the
people
ori-
do this stuff.
Look,
They're scared and want to make money. So
Exactly, and that's boring. That's what's getting boring.
Snow White,
Stop
Robin
it.
Hood,
You need
8
to stop.
movies.
They're making
were-
another role.
I'm not saying yes, but I'm just saying Hollywood's always been doing that.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
However,
Hollywood's always been shit. Like, if they're just
However,
Yes,
no,
I'm not disagreeing.
I'm
with
gonna
you.
counter that.
That's the line.
I'm going to counter that. You see, when all those movies are coming out, technology before that, we were doing silent films. So to say Snow White and this was a remake, yeah, because the movies before them were
But no,
Yeah,
I'm saying
some
no,
of
but
them
I'm
are
saying
trash.
No, but I'm saying Mirror, Mirror, and
What
the
I'm saying,
Huntsman,
I get
and
it.
then the one after the Huntsman,
but I
which
don't-
is Frozen. They're
I
just
know.
laterally
No,
remade.
we do. I understand that. I'm just what he's saying is that we just need no remakes.
Yeah,
Nothing. Like
just-
I can't be alive for the first one. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
you know, yeah. That's
Okay?
it. In my
Don't
lifetime,
come and remake a movie
yeah.
that I was alive for the. Don't bring me Jumanji remake. I was alive for Jumanji.
Yeah, as
Give
good
it
as
20
Jumanji
years.
was,
Exactly.
I didn't need a Jumanji remake.
That's it.
As good as this Robin Hood movie might be with Jamie Foxx
No,
and
no.
Kate. I know it's not going to be good.
no,
Jamie
I
Foxx
don't
is-
know.
no.
Not this.
5 remake.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh, I know.
There's a ridiculous amount of them in production
and that's
right
what I'm
now.
saying. Like all these movies that we just keep remakes.
The Mummy didn't need to happen.
No, that was horrible.
I still haven't watched it because I don't.
I'm gonna play. I'm playing the Mummy D-Made? Yeah, D-Made. So they made a video game where you're playing as one of the soldiers from that little clique that they're making.
Okay.
That little group that's supposed to fight all the monsters.
Yeah.
And that game's actually really fun because they play it up like a Metroidvania / Contra kind of game.
Oh, if you want to make video games based on movies from 20 years ago.
No, it's of this recent movie.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
instead of making the movie, you just made a video game and took the storyline of that movie from 20 years ago and made a video game and changed it up. Totally down for that.
Yeah.
Because it's a video game.
Give me a movie based off of a random obscure video game Rampage that I barely knew as a kid.
Rampage was pretty big in the arcade. That was big in the arcade, and everyone's trying to make their own big monster movie.
Yeah,
you know, because was it King Kong and Godzilla are supposed to team up?
Yeah,
that's supposed to come into a movie soon. Yeah, that's what Skull Island was about.
Yeah,
and then that's what the new. Yeah, so that's supposed to happen.
Fuqua. I mean, dude. If anything, there was a reason that you stepped away from the project at one point. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
You don't need to do the remake. Anyways, you don't have to listen to us.
But just don't do it.
They're clearly not going to listen to us at all.
But all this to say, Jordan Peele is the favorite for most people for doing a sequel to Black Panther if no one is available. Guys, what do you think? Is that a good idea, bad idea? Who would you want?
Coogler.
If Coogler's not
No.
Coogler. Make them wait.
I think a movie of that kind of caliber, I'd probably give to Ava.
Probably
I
Ava,
thought so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think Ava would probably be the better out of Jordan.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I'm sure Peele would do an amazing job, but I think Ava would be a good choice as well. Other news: Comcast is making moves that could hurt Fox's Disney's deal.
I broke it down in the chat.
Yeah, I wanted to let you mention it.
I mean, I worked for THQ back in the day.
Yeah.
And that company had a lot of stuff, a lot of other companies they owned. And when people came for our neck, Disney isn't getting everything. Let's be real. Okay. Disney doesn't want everything. Disney's putting their money in because they can show off like that, but they don't want everything. They don't want to spend all of that money. They really just want the characters so that they can just take it and make more money. And
it's just the one part that I think they really do want, aside from the characters, is the same thing Comcast is going after.
Yeah.
So the Sky division would help, and I listened to the
So let's break down what's going on?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, sorry. I'm my bad.
Break it down.
The Sky. So Comcast is trying to buy out the Sky division of Fox, which is across the pond in the UK and in India and stuff like that. Sky is a division of Fox that does a lot of international and global stuff. Disney wants to expand their brand globally, but on a direct to client, direct to
cable,
direct
cable
to user,
box.
Consumer.
Yeah, direct to consumer. That's it. Thank you. So the direct to consumer structure that Sky already has in place, Disney wants to acquire so that they can push their products through those lines.
Right.
So that's why the fact that the Comcast trying to buy Sky from under the Sky shares from under Fox would undermine the Disney deal, because Disney specifically said, and I listened to the transaction call where they were explaining to their shareholders what the plan is. They explain that it's 3 slides in a row just about Sky.
Okay.
And they're trying to explain why it's so important to their future plans. So if Comcast can undercut $31 billion for just that portion, whereas Disney's putting in 52.4 for the whole Fox thing.
So that's Comcast, aka Universal.
Yeah,
just coming in.
Yeah, Comcast, Universal, NBC. So yeah, I mean that's big. It would be. I think it could suck if they do it, because if Disney really wants that Sky stuff and doesn't think it's worth it, because if you're paying $52.4 billion
just to destroy it.
No, yeah.
If they really you know what I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
52.4 though, and someone bids 31 for just a portion, and you can't get everything you wanted. I mean, I feel like Disney would have to drop their bid, and Fox wouldn't have any ground to stand on if they lose that big asset.
Well, or could it be just a push-up bid? We're gonna push it up hard, so you could just buy it all, and then it's not really valued about that much.
Interesting.
Or Disney. I mean,
interesting.
How big is Comcast?
Comcast is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, Comcast has that money too.
Can Disney afford them?
Can Disney afford Comcast?
No, I think
that's one of those. You're talking You're talking
monopolies on monopolies.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
like a
saying,
7-foot tall guy playing a 11 guy in basketball.
I don't see Disney being too happy if they were to lose this and then double back 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years and just buy them all.
I mean, we all think Disney's going to buy them all. That's been the joke from the
Disney
jump.
gang.
So as of 2017, Disney's total assets valued at $92 billion.
Yeah.
Hey, what did Comcast got?
And Comcast
Give me that money, boy.
net worth is
Comcast is probably pretty up there.
45.
45 billion?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so it's
Disney's
still
almost pretty much double.
Yeah, but if you have double, would you spend half of yours to buy out somebody else?
To prove a point? Yo, you don't
Bob
understand.
Iger would have to be one nasty bastard.
Drive up the price.
Yeah,
drive up the price.
And it also depends on what the future value will be.
Yeah.
I think it would be worth it to buy Comcast out. I think
this action actually messed them all up because all their stocks ended up dropping after this.
So you drive up the price of Sky to get Comcast to buy it.
Yeah,
Comcast can't afford all of it.
So they
has to take out a debt from Disney. Or they can't pay back that debt, and Disney comes along. Hey man,
right there.
You seem like you're down on your luck.
Or they
you seem like you need a little bit of money there.
Or they spend all the money to buy Sky, and then they can't do much of anything else. And then they go bank.
I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah.
But you said 45 billion is Comcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're offering to buy the Sky for 31 billion?
Exactly.
Damn, that seems
a
crazy.
big roll.
I still got 60, son. What you got?
That's a big.
That's more than you.
Anyway, yeah. Okay, so that's just thought I'd bring that up because I know we were all really hoping for that. Disney donates $1 million after the Black Panther success, guys.
They had to.
You think that because we
I'm
talked
surprised.
25.
You
People
don't
are
make
asking for 25%
in 4 days and
400
just
million.
and chill.
He's
$700 million right now.
They only donated $1 million.
Yeah,
Sorry, and they made $400 million in a day.
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. My bad, guys. My bad.
Uh-oh.
What's up?
Comcast deal with Time Warner was worth $45 billion.
Oh, okay.
Comcast is over $100 billion.
Okay, that's yeah. Because when you told me that, I was just like, man,
Never
I thought Comcast had way more clout than that.
So then they're kind of equal. No.
Oh yeah, they're off
pretty
by
much-
like 10 billion.
Yeah.
You know, because that's normal.
That's
Companies
chump change, son.
Ugh.
Have a
Okay.
baby by me, baby.
Yeah, so they can't buy each other. You're looking at some pretty crazy deals. Anyways, yeah. So Skinny's right. The fact that Disney could give $1 million and they made $700 million so far. They made $100 million on a Sunday, which like no one does.
Well, it was a Sunday and it was a long weekend on top of that.
Yeah, true.
Too.
Yeah. But still,
accountant. Yes, Disney. How much do we have to give to just get a nice tax write-off? $1 million seems okay.
There you go.
Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, it's true. It's great for it sucks that we're so dark like that, but
yeah, I know.
It's for the publicity.
Because I mean, they could have just I agree what you wrote in the byline was just they could have done 0.
Yeah,
which is what I was expecting.
Yes,
but it's not 25%. But come on, I'm expecting 0.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
not expecting the world of them.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
I know.
I'm surprised. The fact that they were able to here's the top layer of the cheese. Here you go. Wow, that's a lot of cheese.
Yeah, seriously.
That's a lot of cheese. I mean, that's a thin layer. I could see right through it. That's transparent. but that's still a lot of cheese. Yeah. You're feeding people.
Another quick one. Roxane Gay offers to write the Batgirl film in the wake of Whedon's departure. So, I mean, some people were really happy that Whedon was leaving.
Why? I don't get that.
So, supposedly he has a bad rep in certain circles. Most of the circles that the feminist circles that I know love him for what he did for the movement in the past, but I don't know. I really do have to look into it more. But there's something else that happened as to why a lot of women have just don't respect him. Okay. They don't
because he's always hanging around younger women for some reason.
I don't know. I really
protege that's
this
younger.
is one of those situations where I didn't look into it, so I shouldn't comment. I just know I have friends on Facebook and I have friends that I've spoken to, and I see these long discussions about Whedon, and I don't follow them because I'm I have no clue why you guys are so mad. So
yeah.
But I just know that some people were happy he was gone, and I personally would think it would be great if Roxane Gay wrote Batgirl. She wrote the World of Wakanda, which was a companion piece to Ta-Nehisi Coates' Black Panther.
Oh, cool.
Last year, it got canceled. Unfortunately, sales weren't the greatest at Marvel for the title. But Roxane Gay is an excellent writer. She does really, really good work. She was writing it with Yona Harvey, if I'm not mistaken. And
I like that tweet.
She just tweeted,
"Hey, at DC Comics, I can write you a Batgirl movie, no problem."
And an exec or someone at DC was just like, "Here's my email," and they're looking at it legit. So that could be interesting.
They just put it out there,
yeah,
for everyone to see.
I don't know, man. I think what I just want DC to do, same way you don't want to see remakes for 5 years.
True.
I don't want to see any DC movies for 5 years.
I'm with you, babe. I'm with you.
Well, it's true because from the last Batman movie,
just let Marvel run their thing, and while you figure out how to come back into this.
But that's just letting them rule the game. Then
you kind of have to.
They
are. That's the thing. That you have,
dang.
Watch Phase 4B give DC a chance. We're gonna disappear for 10 years. Let DC try. We'll be back.
Just a lot of arrogance at Warner Brothers. It's just like, oh, we got this.
I know. Yeah.
We're not gonna bring up anybody from comics. We're not gonna bring up anybody from their animation team. I'm a broken record about this.
Yeah.
And just no, we got this. And then
I know.
Wasted.
Wasted
honestly, potential. Wasted good graces.
But I agree with Toby. I think it's one of those things where they have to sit back and say, you know what? Maybe we should just stop.
Because we haven't had a Batgirl movie.
We don't need one right now.
We don't need one.
But right now they're just putting out fires. You know what I mean? Like
they're just putting out movies to put out movies.
Putting up stick sheds in like a grass freaking hut. Like eventually the sun's gonna get too hot, it'll burn up.
Well, they're just basically sitting on their hands. They're just basically sitting on their hands until the next Harry Potter books come out.
Yeah,
that's all they got. That's what was bringing in the money.
Beast, yeah.
Before that was Harry Potter, bam, bam, bam.
How long was the gap, Tobes? How long was the gap between the last Batman movie and the first Nolan movie?
A year.
No.
Wait, the last Batman,
the one with the Jim Carrey, and then
no. After that,
I know that's what I'm saying.
Over 10 years.
Batman and Robin is the last one, right?
So yeah, that was
Batman and Robin was 1990. What?
I don't. That's why.
Because
96.
Batman Forever
Batman
was
97.
Is when?
97.
And then when
Nolan is 2001.
Batman Begins is 2005.
Yeah.
So yeah, see,
because Batman was poisoned.
There you go, 8 years.
And then before that, it was the '60s Batman up until the '80s.
Yeah,
89.
So 89. Batman was poisoned for a bit.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. 8 years. Don't do anything for 8 years. Figure your shit out and come back to the table. Because right now, like Toby said, it's just putting out fires. You're just reacting to the current, like, quote unquote demand, but you're not because you're not doing a good job. So you're making it worse.
Even though they're not doing a good job. Their crap movies are still making money, which is really annoying.
What they should have did was taken a break after Batman Rises.
Oh, the first Batman.
Not even put out Superman and only drop that shit now.
Dude, so the thing with Batman that I've noticed just by looking at the timeline here, they're only good for 3 in a row. Once they go 4 or 5, they're both bad.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, people like trilogies. I don't know why we're programmed that way. Oh, Christianity. There we go. That's what. No, I'm not trying to say it in a bad way, but we're programmed to like
threes, to liking threes.
Yeah, we like Trinity.
I think we like the act structure kind of thing too.
Beginning, middle, and
hero story, tragedy, triumph.
So knowing that, they should know putting out standalone Batman or standalone Superman movies is not the way to go. Just plan it out. Plan a trilogy out.
They thought they did, but nope.
Anyway,
they had a Superman one going, and then they hit the panic button.
Yeah, I know.
They messed up.
Because again, it was one of those things where it's like, hey, we're gonna do a Superman story. Hey, dude, that's doing a Superman story. Do you like Superman? Not really. Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna do the whole universe.
I don't think it was that. Even then, I like Man of Steel. I think it was good.
I like Man of Steel.
I think it could have been better.
Yeah.
And I think because they saw Marvel putting out all these movies, like, what the hell's happening? And we only have one.
Yeah.
Put all these other, like, they just abandoned everything instead of sticking to it. And I guarantee you 3, 4, 5 years down the line, they'll be almost on par with Marvel.
Yeah.
But
we've said it. We've said it.
I know. I don't think this will be the last time.
No, yeah, we'll probably discuss it again. It's unfortunate, but yeah.
It keeps coming up.
M. Night Shyamalan psychological thriller TV series going to Apple. Mm-hmm. I mean, this makes me think of what we were talking about with the YouTube and YouTube Red. Mm-hmm. Everyone is a network now, so...
Oh, cool. I don't need to see it.
Pines canceled that I found out about maybe 2 days ago. And I was like,
was that his?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The first episode was his, and he was like kind of,
He was a producer on it, yeah. And it's season 2?
Well, season 2 ended now. It's like been
and it's
officially
canceled. Oh, damn. Okay. I'll have to watch. I watched half of season 1. It was
I read about it. It sounded like a cool show.
Is it time travel? Anyway, no.
This new show by M. Night Shyamalan, I will not be seeing because I don't have any Apple. Well, I do have an Apple product, but I'm not going out of my way.
Well, we ain't watching it on Apple either. It's called The Box.
Just lie for a bit.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yes, we're none of us are going to watch it.
Stealing is bad.
Yes, bootlegs
and some of us are in industries where we need you to pay for it.
Me too. Yeah. We all are.
That's true.
We are all in industries related to media that we want people to pay for.
Yet we don't pay for.
So let's just lie. So let's just lie for this moment.
Suckers in Idaho will pay for it. They don't have the internet. Whatever.
So let's just lie for this moment and say I will not watch this series.
Of course not,
because it's on an Apple product and I don't really.
They don't know how to torrent in boring Oregon.
Stop giving people ideas.
Netflix is eyeing a total of 700 original series and movies in 2018.
Oh, they're better than Girlboss.
By the way, guys, I'm going to buy my own copy of Final Draft tomorrow.
Oh, dope!
And I'll be writing this out to Netflix because they seem to be just giving money away.
Well, you know what happened, right? Since House of Cards is just kind of gone right now.
Yeah.
That's a lot of floating money. Just get that. Just get out there. Go get that money.
Even before that, they had that money.
Is Final Draft is the one that Kugler, his wife, gave him, right?
I think that was Word.
Yeah, it's Final Draft.
It was Final Draft.
Word, and then she bought him the actual software.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he just did if you guys listen to our last episode, at the bottom of the episode on the website, I put a link to his playback interview on Variety, and he does a whole segment talking about that, how she had him from the jump and held him down and paid for that while working, like 2 jobs or some crazy story.
Yeah.
She hooked him up so that he.
You hear that? Even same thing with Conor McGregor, the fighter. Same thing. His wife was doing all the work. She was working while he was in the gym working out, and she believed in his dream and his vision.
Yo, man, we say
it's crazy what that does.
Behind every successful man is a partner that's got their back. That's what it is.
Yeah, man.
To go the other way with it, I remember J. Cole had a song that was kind of like that, but then he ends up leaving the girl in the end. Yeah. It was pretty harsh.
We all know what happens when you leave the girl in the end. It comes back to haunt you.
Yeah, or your mom abruptly dies in a surgery. What? That's what happened to Kanye. That's exactly what happened to Kanye, like a year after.
Okay.
And then he went crazy. Yeah, don't leave the girl that held you down. It's true.
True. This one on a comic book tip to end it off. Brandon Michael Smith to star in the new NBC pilot. If you guys recognize him, he's from Sunny with a Chance with Demi Lovato when they first started out. A lot of people don't remember that. Okay, You're the Worst. He plays the Tyler the Creator character. No one. Still nothing. Oh, what else can I think of? Oh, damn!
Show me this.
I'll show you the picture, guys. I'll show you the picture. So this is Brandon. He has done a whole bunch of acting. He's a child actor.
Oh, okay.
And he pretty much got an opportunity to star on an NBC series, which I think is pretty cool. If you guys really don't know who he is, I'll add a picture of him into the episode so you can see what he looks like. But the only reason I brought it up is because I remember him from when I was younger, and he was on Demi Lovato's show, Sunny with a Chance. On a Disney show, yeah.
Yeah, you're the only one who watched
I know. I realized that.
And I thought I was obscure.
Yeah, no, you win this week.
No, you're still king obscure, bro.
The guy with his regular car reviews.
And then the last...
love it. Because you know I'm going to go watch that shit.
It's true. I want to watch it now, too.
It's not a hard watch.
We got three series, 3 comic book things that you guys should pay attention to. Bruce Banner Immortal is coming out in June. It's the story of how the Hulk... Because, he died recently in a story arc. They brought him back, and now he's essentially immortal. The reason they're doing that story is because they were like, well, we don't want people to think he can die again. So they called it Immortal Hulk.
Isn't that always happened to the Hulk? TV Hulk? We thought he died, and he died. Like the ending of the Incredible Hulk.
I know.
Bixby Hulk.
Bruce Banner forever, baby.
But that's the thing. No one dies in these comic books. I don't know why you have to tell us Immortal Hulk.
No, because
we know he's
used to.
Yeah.
And Amadeus, chill your ass out of here.
Oh.
I remember back in the day when characters would stay dead.
Well, speaking of dead characters, Jane Foster's story is coming to an end in The Mighty Thor.
Good.
Issue 705. She's she's gonna die of cancer, dude.
Yeah, calm down, dude.
No, don't tell me to calm down.
Like the cancer going to get her eventually.
I mean, I just wanted out of here as Thor.
Yeah,
I didn't say I wanted to
Taxes,
die.
death, and cancer are going to get your ass.
Yeah.
Relax.
But yeah, Jane Foster is going to be ending off her character.
It's not like he's pro cancer or anything.
Yeah.
No, exactly. He's just anti Jane Foster.
I thought he was pro cancer against Jane Foster. That was very specific.
That's
type
Sam
of
Wilson's girl. No,
True. That's true.
I just want her the hell up out of here as Thor.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's fair. You're not the only one who said that.
You're not going to be. I'm Thor, and then get back home and can't walk because the
Mjolnir is what's killing you. Yeah.
Stop it. Mjolnir doesn't give
cancer.
What about Thor's secret identity? Blake, whatever. He walked with a cane.
Donald Blake. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a cane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Oh, I don't know.
Are you trying to say her secret
He
identity is cancer?
Yeah, I'm just saying he couldn't walk. That's all I'm saying. He said he can't come home and can't walk.
No, she's in pain and doesn't actually have hair and is on the
she's
ground.
Okay, fine.
Every time she uses the hammer, it's making her worse and worse. And at one point, they're all trying to stop her. They're like,
she's in the
it's
hospital
killing
bed.
you. And she's just like,
I must save the people.
Yeah, the hammer calls.
Me.
Anyways. And then the last one, and I'm really happy to end off on this note, Wakanda Goes Galactic, May 23rd, Black Panther #1, still written by Ta-Nehisi Coates, now with the art by Daniel Acuna. I can't stand your art, but I'm still going to buy it.
What's his art style?
Oh, his art style is horribly ugly.
Daniel Acuna.
Yeah,
pull it up.
Is it like that 3D look?
No, he I mean, this cover doesn't do his weird style justice. He doesn't like to do the outlines to things. So like when you draw a comic book, you usually outline like
pencils,
the face. You pencil the face, but he kind of just ends the art there. Like he draws the black, and then there's no line between that and anything else. Like I'll also put this cover.
You kind of see that on the cover actually.
It's not, his art. This is good though. This is a good cover. I have some of his comic books where he did the who are those characters in Marvel that not the Inhumans. I can't remember right now, but he does I have the comic book here too, and I just can't see it right now. But he has a story. He does the art for one of the comic books, and I remember looking at it and thinking, "This is the ugliest ass art I've ever seen." Oh, the Eternals, the Eternals, Marvel's Eternals. The art in the Marvel's Eternals is one of the ugliest things I've ever seen, and it's his art. That's a John Romita Jr. run, so it's not that one. But there's another one that he does that I have, and the art's really ugly. Sorry, I just needed to see the title there. Okay. But yeah, I'm telling you guys, I don't like his style, but Ta-Nehisi Coates. And in this storyline, you find out that Black Panther is the legacy of Black Panther spread into space, and it's the intergalactic empire of Wakanda.
Oh my god!
And the main city on the main planet is called Burnin T'Challa. Burnin is like the names of their cities. You have Burnin T'Chaka, Burnin Zana is like the capital city of Wakanda, and on this planet it's Burnin T'Challa. They named it after Homeboy, so that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope.
So who's Black Panther then?
It's still Black. It's still T'Challa. He's still Black. I know it's a little weird. He's not dead, and you named the city after him. But I think the idea is that they named the city after him in honor of him because he wasn't on that planet. Because it's like I think the story is supposed to be that you find out Black Panther and the name the Black Panther and the essence of Black Panther has spread across the galaxy, and there are planets.
What universe is this?
It's the 616, still the main universe.
616?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But in the future, or
nope, not even, guys. This is going to be main canon Marvel 2018.
Good. I'm happy.
They're sending Black Panther into space.
Oh,
Black
man.
people in space.
I don't. Oh my god,
This
my
art
brain
is trash, by the way.
I really don't like his
my
art.
brain just went to like an old 70s like probably Richard Pryor joke or something like in space.
Yeah. That's what it is. They're sending him out into space. It's gonna be dope. I'm looking forward to it.
Were you gonna say niggas and you just?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, no, because I said
just say the word. Say it.
All right, hold on
Say it.
I'm gonna.
No. Say it. Let's say it regularly.
I'm gonna step back from the mic.
Niggas
in space.
Oh, dude. How did you step back and still pop the mic? God damn.
I just want to hear him say niggas.
That's amazing.
Oh, God. Okay, and that's the end of the show, guys. So...
Could that be the title of our podcast?
I'm not naming the episode Niggas in Space.
Well, exactly.
Oh, my God. Okay, guys. Thank you for tuning in to another Skinny. Anything you want to tell the people?
I mean,
Foolish people.
No.
Okay. JawzD, Transformer Slag.
Check us out, Transformer Slag, on YouTube and GOATT podcast.com.
There you go. Tobes, what do you want to tell the people?
I just realized the other day that it spells out goat. That's dope.
That's why the logo's a goat.
Peeking out at the oh, y'all niggas is cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
No, you got nothing, man. See you guys next episode.
That's it. That's all. That's the show. Check us out. FranklinArmstrong.com is the website. You can follow me on Instagram, Brian Holiday, HOLIDAE. And that's it. We'll be back next week with more amazing geek news and adventures and laughing inappropriately at all the things that we laugh at.
Hey, man, that's not the fun.
Yeah, so this is another long one. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Peace out, everybody. Take care.
Doses.
Sorry for the pop.